he's a fucking problem. I don't know if you guys had to deal with it. Like, oh Jesus Christ.
We made Mark Green really uncomfortable with that button.
That one time.
Like making people think that he was saying the N-word.
Yes.
Anytime he's talking, just hit.
Good luck with that
Mark,
new shop.
stop.
And he's like, Jesus Christ, Mark. God, stop it, man. My uncle's one of those.
Already out of business.
Use a soft A at least, Mark.
Yeah. For Christ's sakes, my uncle's one of those people.
Yeah.
He's in a union. He's fine.
Yeah. It's expected.
Yeah, if anything, that'll move him up the ladder.
Yeah.
He's now a journeyman. That's the thing.
Yeah, I heard Mark made e-board. And he didn't even run. He was actually appointed.
Poor Mark. Are we running?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast.
Shout out
sponsored-
Mark Green.
Sponsored by Pickles, Premium Pickles, Parlay Philly,
Correct.
and new sponsor, Stuck Again Vinyl. Shout out to Mark Green.
Speak of the devil,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Throwing off all the P's.
So why don't you go get all those follow on Instagram at Parlay Philly, at Pickles, Premium Pickles, and at Stuck Again Vinyl. With us this week, returning, is the champion of the Simpsons trivia, Evan Zucks here, and Bren King,
Yep.
formerly of Chemical Fix. And I got to ask, did Chemical Fix call their live performances chemistry sets?
No.
How long were you holding on to that one?
Yeah.
3 days.
Oh, man.
3
That was
days.
a great follow-up, too, by the
3
way.
days. 3 days.
So
exactly.
proud of it.
Yeah.
Yes. And I didn't even have to consult my notes on my phone to remember it. I was like, chemistry set. I like that.
Top
Did-
of the brain.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear what the original band's name was?
What?
It was Caffeine.
It's true.
Wasn't there already a caffeine, though?
Is that why you guys changed it? Or
Codeine.
there was some...
Yeah.
That hits way different.
I
Well,
swore I
there's
heard
caffeine.
Wyatt say a reason why they changed to, or why you guys changed to Chemical Fix one time. I mean, it is a cool name.
It is a
Kind-
cool name.
We kind of switched. Like, we had 3 releases under Caffeine, and then we kind of wanted to, like, just change things up. We added a member, like, dropped another one, so we just kind of wanted to, like,
New
get
thing.
a fresh start. It was, like, kind of a pivot in a slightly different direction, but,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, splitting hairs.
It is a good name, too.
It is a good name. Though I did always get you guys confused with Fixation because you guys were active around the same time.
Yep. That didn't help that half the members were in the same band.
Yeah. The singer of that band's dork, though.
Oh,
Wyatt?
What's his name?
Oh, MEG.
you're talking about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew.
The former, yeah.
Yeah.
Wyatt took over at the end of Fixation, though.
Yeah.
Did he actually sing or did he just stand there and look all fucking...
All sullen.
Yeah.
His bestie.
I'm so serious all the time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Say a word.
Now, that last Fixation record was awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like
Cool.
that song that they said, fuck Matt. Green. That's trash.
MEG. Yeah, that one.
FMEG. I have the t-shirt. I used to have the t-shirt somewhere.
Amazing.
It was just funny because there was this Chichester weirdo that used to always go to shows. Mike remembers him, named Matt Green. And everybody's like,
Oh.
listen to this band. And like, that's Matt Green singing. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
you're talking about Mike Green.
No, Matt Green is Mike
another
Green's older
Matt.
brother.
Oh.
Just as retarded, but better teeth.
Uh,
But,
that says a
yeah.
lot.
But I was like, this band's actually good.
I was
He's not going to start a band that's good. And they're like, no. Someone actually had to like correct everybody. He's like, no, it's a different guy.
I was thinking of Get Even.
That was Mike Green,
Right.
But this Matt Green I knew was that Mike Green's brother.
Gotcha.
Both Chichester degenerates, weirdos. Oh, Get Even was fucking big. Mike's boy was in that band.
Oh, Buell's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Buell's is like a good guy.
Yeah. One of them had to be.
He just associated with not good guys.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
'Cause they were part of those like generation of bands where it was just like racial slur mosh part.
Oh.
Or like you would just play live. It was like, "What's up, you fucking boop?" And then just da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. And you're like, all right. We've seen like 30 of these this year.
All white dudes?
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Just checking. Just
Yeah.
checking.
It's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Like even then, it's like wasn't even shocking back then. You're like, oh, yeah, somebody just did that last week too. We don't care anymore.
It'll never be CDC.
Oh,
Not only is this racist and offensive, but it's old hat.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not mad at his race. I'm mad that it's hacking. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, you called him one. Okay, whatever. You guys have fun out
Gotcha.
there. Big gulps, eh? Yeah.
Get better bits.
Yeah. God damn it. But like that shit's going to come. I think everything comes back in hardcore and stuff like that. So you think of like 4 or 5 years from now, like that type of edgelord horse shit is
Like
gonna
going
come
that
back?
far?
I feel
Yeah,
like it started to come back.
yeah,
I think it might be sooner than you
People
think.
were like, shut it down.
yeah. I think it got cut off, but some people did try, like in the last couple of years, is be like, hey, we're gonna tell it like it is. That's how always how they mask it. We're telling it like it is, and then everybody's like, don't tell it like it is. Stop it.
We're the
We
real
don't-
blue collar band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the closest you get is like the beatdown bands or like slam bands that have like the one black guy in it.
Oh yeah.
So like they use that as like their pass,
Yeah.
Right.
or like he's the one that steps in and yells that part of the song.
Just like,
Right.
we do like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, but early aughts, like people were that was like a regular thing at a show. Was somebody was going to drop F slur, soft A, and to the point where you're just like, all right, this is just getting tired.
Some things don't need to get retroed.
It's just pretty funny when you don't get mad at racism for being racist. You get mad at it for just being like old and
Overplayed.
hacky. And, yeah, the dead horse just getting beat on. Fuck me.
I saw the F being dropped well into the 2010s.
Yeah. Hey, classics die hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. You're
The last
Yeah.
soft A I remember getting tossed out was that band from Connecticut.
laid to rest.
Yeah. They dropped out a soft A in one of their recorded songs, and their whole defense was, well, the guy who said it on the record was a black dude. It was the dude from that Vane band, Vane FM.
Jonathan said it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like people were like calling for their heads and
Oh.
stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. So at least we don't have to go through this whole thing again. We can avoid this trapping.
When you said the thing about the beatdown bands like starting the edgelordy shit, like they even had that shirt that had a Grim Reaper snorting a line of coke off of his scythe, which
I'm
I thought
fine
was pretty
with that.
funny. That's pretty funny,
Yeah.
but like people were like, "Look at this fucking design," and it's just compounded ever since.
Yeah.
So
Well, that type of music's always had
edgy shit.
edgy shit, especially in the art. You know, there's
Yeah.
always, you know, just people getting their heads pulled off and shit. Like, you're like, all right, whatever. But yeah.
Oh, wait until they hear about gore grind.
Oh God, Jesus Christ. I don't give a shit. There's still a few of bands. There's a few of those that are good bands. I don't care.
There's a lot that are great, but
But,
I just
yeah,
don't.
you gotta-
I just don't care to read.
Well, the
lyrics.
best part about that genre is this: you can't understand what's being said, and that's a lot of times that's for the best.
right?
Because if you actually understood what's being said, you'd be like, all right, this is getting deleted off my fucking iTunes or whatever. It's like, yeah,
In fact, I'm going to replace my hard drive just to be
yeah.
safe.
It's like, yeah, I'm not. If you can't understand it, you can have that. What is it called? Like a plausible deniability.
I guess.
It's like, oh, he's always saying like hard R N word, and he's like, is that what you're saying?
Oh, I wasn't even talking about going that far. I just
No,
talked about
yeah.
like vivisecting body parts and weird shit.
Oh yeah,
like
and
that.
talking about like stalking and killing people and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't fucking understand it anyway. So it's like, are they really saying it, or are they just going
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if your album art is pixelated on streaming services, I'm gonna assume you're talking about
Something.
gross shit.
Yeah. I got one for homework tonight. Can't wait.
One of my favorite things that this just happened like a couple years ago. It was people adding like pixels to random pictures, and it would be like, there was one. It was of Bill Clinton, George W, and Barack just kind of like standing next to each other, like posed out, like, yo, these are the current living ex-presidents or whatever. But somebody had like the pixels in front of their crotches, so it looked like all of them had their dicks out.
That's funny.
And like there was a whole raft of pictures like that, and I was like, yo, pixels are fucking sweet, dude.
I saw one of like
I
a
follow
similar
pictures.
picture.
That's elevated humor.
That is, dude.
Because the original picture was Michelle Obama sitting next to GW, and she's like, they're like leaning into each other and like they're like laughing or like whispering something to each other, and she's like patting them on the thigh.
Oh, yeah,
So they pixelated that, so it looks like she's giving him a handy.
give him a cracker. Yeah. Oh god damn it.
Her arms are all nicer than his.
She is so
yeah,
fucking
she's
diesel, dude.
bulging.
She's got fucking guns, dude.
She rules.
She probably punch a hole in a tree, dude.
Yeah.
She probably gives mad woodpeckers homes, dude. It's like, what? You're fucking homeless? Pow! It's like, not anymore, dude. Enjoy winter. That's fucking so sweet, dude. Shout out Big Mike.
Pixelating.
But yeah, that
I'm
was.
gonna pixelate this whole.
Speaking of wormholes, I hear you fell down the wormhole of gang stalking. You found out about a gang stalking?
I didn't. Well, I didn't find out about it, but I just wanted to comment that that's one of my favorite genres of mental illness.
Oh yeah, it's nuts.
That video that I sent today in the group chat, the dildo chat, was that just that girl who's like, "Hey, guys, I'm being followed by federal agents because anytime I go anywhere by myself, somebody will show up and just sit there."
Or be behind her.
Was that the
Right.
girl at the gym?
Yes, it's exactly
She's
that
like,
video.
someone's always behind me. I'm like,
Does everybody know about this but me?
Yeah, I don't know.
it was.
either.
You don't know about
Yeah,
this?
I didn't watch it yet.
You don't know, so you don't know what gang stalking is for real?
No, I really don't.
So
I
it's
don't
a
think I do either.
okay, so it's a phenomenon where somebody usually on the verge of a schizophrenic break or something similar will convince themselves that they're being followed, and there's
Isn't that just schizophrenia?
But like a group of
Yes,
people, normally like an organization, is out to get you.
Right.
Whether it be the CIA, the FBI,
yeah.
and sometimes even some shit like the Shriners. Or they're always like, I can like a car pissed past me. I know it's them. I know they're looking. I know they're watching. It's just
this car followed me for like 30 minutes on my drive.
yeah.
It's a foot off the ground.
Yeah. But there's this guy who went to shows in the Baltimore, D.C. area named Imam. This is a Syrian kid. And he's got severe mental problems. But he's like, he for a long time thought Lana Del Rey was gang stalking him.
Oh, okay.
And not only
So
that,
lucky.
he would like
He
post.
wasn't cool with it?
I was gonna say.
I would have been cool with it. This dude was just fucking just like, he would post clips of her singing like her hit songs.
Yeah.
And his catch would be like, she's so obsessed with me. This is totally about me. And it's like,
fucking
what
rules.
the fuck, dude? Like,
I might start doing that.
Yeah.
it's fucking.
It's not a bad idea.
And, like,
That's a good bit.
like,
That's a good bit.
he
maybe
also
he'll
go- he
manifest a
also-
relationship.
He also like pivoted to like, going about like Jews run everything. So we're so like, and I want to stop
Okay.
following him because of it. But I'm like, every once in a while he drops something so ridiculous and silly, it's funny. So I still kind of follow him on Instagram because I'm like,
You're watching the car crash at this
yes,
point.
exactly.
That's kind of what I'm doing with a kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He's my age, but we were kids in high school together, and we're still connected on Facebook. And I see literally every day, he'll have these like outbursts of like shit posts where he's like, I'm being stalked by this agency, or like there's someone outside my window, or my house was broken into and this person did X, Y, and Z to like my personal belongings. I'm
They move my shit around and shit.
yeah, I'm like,
Creepy crawly.
I didn't put
yeah.
it there when I left for work.
I'm like, is this a bit? Like, are you just like posting dumb shit to like get a rise out of people? But like, this has been going on for months. Like, this guy's been saying the same type of shit, and I'm like, is anybody gonna say anything to this guy? Like, this has been going on for a while, and like, I know I'm mutual friends with like multiple people, and like everyone else is all kind of like not saying anything either.
Because they want him to keep going. 'Cause
yeah,
it's fun for
I mean,
them.
I want him to keep going.
know?
I'm like, I hope he's okay, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to see what this
This is great.
turns
When you
into.
wake up in the morning, you're like, look at his stuff. You're like, yeah.
What's he got for me today?
I just thought it was funny because like most gang stalking, it's always stuff like it's seriously stuff like CIA, FBI, like this country's government.
Yeah.
The fact that everybody's saying that, and this guy I know picked Lana Del Rey.
I know of all people in the whole world.
Right.
That's interesting.
This is
I'm actually
fun.
getting some service. No.
He's looking up
Spoke
Lana
too-
Del
spoke too
Rey
soon.
gang stalking.
No, I'm looking up this guy on Facebook. His most recent tear was like someone was breaking into his house and blowing loads into his ice cream.
Whoa.
I'm just saying because like FBI, CIA, they could be. It could be.
He's straight up saying, guys, someone is blowing loads into my ice cream.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's not me at all.
Let me preface this with not it.
Yeah, how funny would it be like he's like puts a spoon to tongue. He's like,
Yeah, I can't.
not mine, not mine,
Oh,
not
God.
mine.
This was the
No.
marshmallows.
Yeah.
Not mine. Yeah, I thought it was chocolate marshmallow swirl. But I was like, this sure is salty.
Damn, dude. That's good.
Caramel? What?
I have
Yeah,
to.
What is Turkey Hill's problem?
Do you know what kind of ice cream?
Not to be cruel, but I'll send you guys screenshots later when I
Yes.
get service.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
I
like
believe you.
I mostly feel really bad for the guy because he was always like a little
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Well, I'll take him at his word for it. How about that?
yeah, the day he started like adding me on social media, I'm like, all right, here we go. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get away from this dude.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh wow, like you're really going through some shit. and you're not getting proper treatment for it, obviously, because you're my age and you're still
yeah.
doing this shit. So now it's just like, all right, like this is who you are.
Yeah.
I personally love it. I know a lot of people are like, I don't fucking like when people from like high school add me and shit. I'm like, I do. I didn't like them then. And it's so funny now to watch how fucking nuts they've all gotten. I'm like, this rules.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's almost as good as like if you're grocery shopping in your hometown or something and you see somebody you went to high school with and they look like shit. And you're like,
They're your cashier.
and you're like, oh man, fuck you still.
I love that shit. Are you kidding me?
I saw one
Rules.
at Wegmans a couple weeks ago. One of the meanest girls I went to high school with looked awful. And I
I
was
mean,
like,
she's shopping at Wegmans. She can't be down too bad.
that doesn't mean anything.
Is it
I
that new Wegmans I just passed? That one?
Probably that one, yeah. That's the one that I shop at.
We only got the one in the area. Yeah.
In all
Yeah.
fairness, like I don't get all gussied up to go grocery shopping either. Like
I do.
Put on your Sunday's best.
I've walked into ShopRite looking pretty fucking banged up. Like if someone that I went to high school ran into me doing grocery shopping, they'd be like, "Oh damn, like Murrow's fucking going through it."
I mean, you're shopping at ShopRite.
Yeah, it's true. I used to work in one, and no one ever has their best on unless it's Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You're in there on a Sunday, and everyone's got their like church clothes on, and I'm wearing
So
like
great.
fucking sweatpants and like a t-shirt that's like doesn't even have sleeves anymore.
It's not even the attire that I'm worried about though. It's like the face, the build, everything's not good.
I love that when the girls that was super hot in high school are just like fucking have fat winged arms now. You're
Yeah.
like, yes, dude, this rules.
That's most of them.
Yeah.
Would you pass me a Dr. Pep, please?
Yeah. Anybody else want one?
Got Dr. Pep zeros over there.
You want the Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper?
yeah, I'll take one.
Is it a zero?
God, you're
Yep.
driving.
I know. Better get.
We also have Malort. if anybody
Yeah,
wants-
there's Malort over
There's
there.
Malort if anyone's Malort.
No,
He's driving, so I'll take some Malort. As
Have
long as the
you ever
show's
had it?
sponsored. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
Go nuts.
There's little cups over there.
There's a
I-
way
I
bigger
would-
dent in that bottle than I thought.
I would
there
love
was.
a cup.
Where?
Not gonna just
No.
Next to
Swig
the
it?
trophy, right there.
That's
like a friend of ours.
He's got to drink it out of the trophy.
Is it,
Stanley Cup style,
Shoot the
man.
boot.
the,
Gordon
turns
Bombay.
out the top this whole time was a lid. That'd be awesome.
Pour me out one.
Jesus, here we go.
Oh, there's only so much left. It won't be like that one time.
What?
You won't get malorted to hell.
Oh, when I had the Malortian?
Yeah.
that was brutal.
Is this like a licorice thing? Like, what's the deal with it?
It's
Uh,
it
it's
smells
trash.
like that.
It's like a Chicago
The
thing.
liqueur.
It tastes so
I might have
bad
put too much in.
that they kind of like, it's like a thing. Like if you go to Chicago, it's your first time in Chicago, and you go to a bar, they're like, "Oh, you've got to have this," and the joke is, "Ha ha ha! It tastes like shit."
Gotcha.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah. It smells kind of sweet.
Mazel.
It's not terrible.
Cheers.
Is it sweet?
no. It tastes like shitty rail liquor, and then the aftertaste is just brutal.
It's just like you swallow pennies.
That's very accurate description.
I'd rather just swallow pennies.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
a better.
like if you had like whatever change jar you had, and just put a little bit of liquid at the bottom, and just swigged it. There you
Oh
go.
man.
But the liquid is like melted licorice.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like spilled soda in the cup holder, melted
Yes.
into pennies, and then melted down.
Like
and
shittier
drink that.
Sambuca.
and not even good like licorice, like straight up good and plenty's.
It's my mom's
like that.
favorite candy.
Really?
Yep.
My mom's too. What's
I have no fucking clue.
Well, my mom's German, so like the grosser the better.
oh, they're not allowed to have flavor,
No, she hates nice
Yeah.
stuff.
feelings, and flavor. Nah,
Sarcasm? Nah, I don't.
No.
Don't like it.
Was ist das?
Dude, my mom takes down boxes of those things.
She takes down boxes, does she? Hot. Sorry, Rick Murrow. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it, Rick Murrow. I didn't mean to disrespect the kid.
Yeah, maybe she should work in the warehouse then
True.
instead of Big Rick.
Warehouse? What are you talking about?
The job that he
He
had.
works at Walmart.
Yeah.
That's not my dad. That was my
That's
father-in-law.
her father.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
mine.
don't you
That's
listen?
mine bad.
Your problem is you don't listen. Kelsey's right.
See,
Just don't listen.
Britt's
Kelsey, we understand.
Britt's dad retired and was like, I want to contribute
Okay.
to society.
Yeah.
still.
Gotcha.
My dad retired and was just like, I'm going to go play golf for the rest of my
Oh.
life.
Dude, if I could, there's never gonna be a time in my life I'm gonna be able to retire.
No,
But
no, I don't think
I would
so.
love to have that retirement fuck you job where like no matter what you could just walk anytime you wanted. Oh, I probably feel so good.
The confidence you have, like in that
Yeah.
position.
Seriously.
like
Like
Oh my god.
nothing better.
I can't wait to have like just some brainless post-retirement job.
Yeah. You could walk. You probably won't that day because you just don't. Who cares? But it's like anytime, like just the freedom of like anytime I could walk out of here and be fine.
That's kind of how I feel about the second job that I have now. I work there. I say it all the time. I'm like, I want this job. I don't need this job.
Yeah.
It is a nice feeling.
You do it to kill boredom now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But I'll never be able to retire. But yeah, that'll be the best part.
I doubt I will.
Just get some beater job and just be like the worst employee ever.
Even if I last even if I last 28 more years in my union, I'm still not going to retire by then.
Yeah. Retirement.
Retire. Whatever that even
Retirement
looks
is so 2002.
like. I know.
Oh boy. So I also introduced you. I think you fell down at doing research for our clips. The wormhole of fake Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, yes. I heard another new one today.
About Dave Chappelle or not?
No, different. I heard
But before you get into it though, there's a comedian named Jim Brewer. You know Jim Brewer?
I don't know if I did.
he was the other star of Half Baked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He was the other guy.
Fully, man. That guy.
That
Yeah.
guy.
He's gone full QAnon nupple.
Oh
right?
damn.
You
But
sure has.
He, I don't know if you know this, but when Chappelle's show was at its peak, Dave Chappelle quit the show and hauled ass to Africa to get right. Jim Brewer's telling everybody that when Dave Chappelle came back from Africa, it wasn't the real Dave Chappelle. It was a clone or a copy. He says he was taller when he came
Or a
back to from Africa, and he's more like jacked. He's like, it's not the same guy. So he's like, everybody has this theory that the current Dave Chappelle that's doing all these specials on Netflix and whatnot is not the OG Dave Chappelle. But
I heard today that there's a new out there conspiracy that Mother Teresa is not a woman and is Dr. Fauci's dad.
it's just the timeline can't add up.
Wait, Jim Brewer said this?
No.
No.
Oh.
Some-
I wouldn't doubt it though.
right.
Yeah, he'd be on
He'd be
board.
like,
It
"Yeah,
sounds like
man,
something he'd be on board with.
Fucking fully, yeah.
Because my first thought was, wait, wasn't Mother Teresa like 600 years old or some shit?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But they had pictures side by side. And, like, if you kind of cover the features, they look like the same.
I mean, I guess it
something?
could line up to him that being his maybe grandfather.
I don't know
But
how.
there's a lot of
What's the connection? Like what?
I was
They-
hoping you were going to say that Mother Teresa is current day Dave Chappelle. That's where I thought you were going. With it.
oh
do
god,
look
the next
somewhat.
Netflix
Yeah.
special is
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
rips him.
mask comes off.
She just starts like healing and like he pulls the mask off and just instantly starts healing lepers.
Fuck yeah.
Washing the feet of like, it's like Jesus, this is awesome. There's
Yeah,
a lot.
what's like the damning connection?
That's the weird part.
I
of
don't-
like,
I
all
don't
these
know.
theories.
Fauci, like what? Like,
That's the weird part of all these theories is like you ask like, well, why would somebody make a fake Dave Chappelle?
Right,
And
to
everyone's
what
like,
end?
yeah. And it just that's where it all falls apart. But there's a lot of times where like people are like, oh, this guy isn't real. He actually died in this year, and from like 5 years after, it's just been a different person. It's happened with tons
There's
of
a
people.
few of those.
Yeah,
Just
Avril
that
Lavigne.
Lavigne, yeah, that classic.
Oh yeah,
I-
a lot of pop
Yeah.
stars and musicians.
I still don't really buy that one.
what?
nor should you.
I want to believe that one.
But it's like-
Yeah, I mean,
It would be
it's-
fun.
It'd be
It's
great.
fun.
live.
funny.
But it's like, so what's the payoff? Like,
Right.
what is having a like I can understand like having like a fake person put into like a form of like government or power where like they can influence people and make decisions, but Avril Lavigne,
Right. Like,
What's more powerful than warping
Yeah.
teenage girls' minds?
That Hello Kitty craze.
fuck, dude, he just I don't know, man.
All those
That's
all
fun.
those coded messages in
Yeah.
those Avril Lavigne songs.
We weren't aware of Skater Boys until she came along.
That's what I'm saying.
well, also past a certain age, nobody spends more money than girls.
Oh, good point. Women be shopping is what it all boils down to. Women be shopping. The tale as old as time itself.
We were just
Oh,
we were
fuck.
just talking on the Patreon. You go
Yeah.
you go to Target and $150 later.
Yeah.
for some reason.
I went there to get napkins.
Then I needed a little treat. It all comes back to a little treat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Treats.
Yo, treats rip, dude. But yeah, there's a lot of like pretty much any celebrity you can think of. There's a theory that they're a clone, they're a fake, they're an industry plant that our boy Mike, all our boy Mikey Bifocals is fucking well aware of now.
I love known industry plant Mikey.
Yes.
Apparently she's the singer of his band Scout. You heard it first. She's put in power by the military industrial complex.
Oh.
Scal is trying to recruit you into the military. Don't believe it. The hype,
Yvonne
dude.
Niage.
So yeah, I was gonna say, is this some like join the Navy shit that
LT Smash set this shit up, dude.
Simpsons predicted scalp?
Oh, Simpsons predicted is another fun fucking wormhole to fuck go into.
I mean, there's a lot of smoke for there not to be fire with that theory.
Everything was predicted by the goddamn Simpsons. It's nuts, dude. It's like COVID was predicted by it. You know, Trump being president was predicted by it. And it was just, God damn, dude. What if fucking Matt Groening is just like this huge big brain motherfucker that just like knows everything?
Like just a man out of time from the future.
Yeah, he's just from the future.
Time traveler pictures. Have you guys ever seen those things?
Yeah.
No.
It'll be like an old ass picture from like something like maybe like say like 1905.
Oh, there's like a guy in the background holding up an iPhone or something.
Or like wearing like a baseball cap, which wasn't even like around then.
Yeah.
No.
He
It's
has,
like-
Ray-Bans on.
Yeah, shit like that.
I never even heard of this.
It's like time traveler pictures. And it's just shit like that. Like there's like one that was like pre Kennedy getting shot, Dallas area. Just picked people on the street waiting for him to come down, the president's motorcade to come down. And it's this big group of people just like, you know, waving for this picture. And one of the guys had like a hoodie on or something like that. It's like, they didn't start making mass-produced hooded sweatshirts. This person's obviously a time traveler. I was like, if I'm a time traveler, well, I guess, no, I would. If I was a time traveler, I would be wearing a hoodie. Because they're just so comfy.
yeah.
You don't know what temperature it really was in 1963 at that time. So maybe he was a little chilly.
well, he got shot, what, in November?
November of 63.
67.
Yeah.
Was it 63?
11,
63.
23,
Yeah.
63, yeah. But
Yeah, that was before it was still warm in November, so.
if you're
In
fucking,
Texas, though?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
chill.
yeah. Yeah.
But also it's like
It was a brisk morning.
you don't just leave to go travel through time with just the clothes on your back.
Apparently you do.
You got to have like a book bag. Just
Well,
like,
no,
in
apparently,
case it's raining that day, you didn't know about it.
like clothing doesn't pass through
The Terminator.
the Terminator taught me that.
That's true. That's why I always saw Arnold's butt cheeks.
Oh.
And you said, damn.
Great point.
You're like,
It's true.
Now that's an ass.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
oh, time travel. Yeah, that's another wormhole for you to fall
Time
into
traveler
later.
photos.
It's fucking hysterical. And it's seriously, it's like pictures of like people just like holding random objects. Like, that's obviously the iPhone 3. It's like, really?
Is a Hello Kitty phone case on there?
That's so fucking great. Conspiracies are awesome. I don't know why people call those people crazy.
Of all the ones,
They just love fun.
Oh, they definitely call them crazy.
Fun, dude. They just love having a good time.
of all the famous people out there, who should be a clone?
I mean, the obvious answer is any president or any government official.
I don't.
That's not the fun answer, though.
right.
Maybe Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle's a pretty fun one, though.
That is pretty hard
Rachel
to beat.
Ray would be good.
Damn, Rachel Ray would be a good one.
If you know, like, not like she's like not really her, but if you like went into her like 23andMe results, she's like the direct descendant of like Adolf Hitler.
Well, the one politician clone conspiracy is the John Fetterman.
Oh yeah. That's why that dickhead wears shorts in fucking December. Like, we get it, dude. You're blue collar. Put some fucking pants on. We got it.
Everywhere he dies.
Yeah.
I get a new one. He's just so stubborn.
Gee, where in Pennsylvania can we find like a giant bald asshole in a Carhartt hoodie?
In a Carhartt hoodie and fucking jorts in fucking December. Yeah, with
Spit in the air, it'll land on one.
with a questionable goatee. Yeah, it's like anything west of fucking like Harrisburg. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Fucking Reading, even.
Well, you could be like, yeah. That when he had that stroke, they replaced him.
Yeah, that's the theory in itself, is that he died and they replaced him and just made it seem like it was a minor issue, not like a full-fledged stroke that killed him.
Well, that was a big thing when Biden was still president. Everybody's like, oh, he actually died like months ago. This is a different person. Or it's just like, they weren't saying like all the press conferences are fake and this is CGI or some kind of effects to put them out there and shit.
It's a Biden hologram.
Yeah.
They hit up Pixar.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's like, we love what you did in that movie with the sad guy in the balloons lifting his house. Do you think you could do a president? Yeah, that'd be fucking hysterical.
I mean, those AI reels that we send to each other are pretty convincing
From
sometimes.
the creators of Moana, President Joe Biden. It's so fucking good.
Dude, I got faked out by an AI video the other day.
Man.
There was it was like, you guys know who Caitlin Clark is, right?
Yeah.
The WNBA player.
Yeah.
There was like a shot of her in like the stands at like a basketball game, and it's her like ripping her shirt off and chugging a beer. And I'm like, no fucking way. And I'm like, oh wait, like within like a matter of seconds, I realized what I was looking at, but I was like, for that little like snippet of time, I'm like, holy shit.
You're like saluting your phone.
She is the coolest. God damn it. I almost want to stop the recording and show you guys 3 videos that I saved on my phone that are all clearly AI, but it would take like 15 minutes to play them all.
The thing that's funny about those videos too is like, it'll be like some like Caitlin Clark ripping her shirt off and chugging a beer, but for some reason they always go too far. It's like, why does she have like 37 triple D titties? Like, why are they like?
No,
that was kind of the cutoff where I was
it's
like, oh, this isn't real.
How do you fit that under a fucking jersey?
This is a series of videos. It was when Stephen A. Smith talked shit about Bronny, and somebody AI'd.
That's a Bronze kid, right?
Yeah, somebody AI'd LeBron recording a 9-minute like you know those like post game press conferences where they're at the table with the backdrop.
Yeah.
Like 9 minutes of him just spouting off shit about Stephen A. His son doing one, and then Stephen A. responding, all AI, and it was like just over. It was so fucking funny, but it would take way too long.
Well, I was completely convinced that Joe Biden was really singing that Chief Keef song.
Oh no, that's real.
I was like, dude, he's fucking kind of got his ear to the ground. I like
Would have
it.
won him the
Yeah,
election if
right.
that was real.
Hey, maybe I was wrong about him all this time. He's kind of cool. I like him.
That's the White House karaoke night.
You like that more? Do you like that more than the duet with Trump doing she hua piao piao?
Oh, that shit
That one's a
fucking
banger.
rips. Dude.
That one rocks. I used it as a Patreon song a couple times.
I
Well,
would go
they-
out of my way to just watch that video.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have it saved.
I do have it saved. It's in my list of like, if I'm feeling I want to blow my brains out, that's in the list of videos.
That's your
When it's-
palate cleanser.
Yeah, that's the one that's like, I'll go till tomorrow at least. You know? It's all like dog adoption videos and that. Yeah.
That song rips, dude.
Well, there was that AI video that came out of Taylor Swift, like promoting Trump. That was so
shit.
It was so believable that she had to like make a statement like, "That's not me." That's
Even
an
that,
AI
Dude,
video.
Facebook didn't know what to
But
do.
even that, they added Z cup tits on her. I'm like, come on, guys. You're getting
It's right-
greedy.
it's right
You're so
there.
greedy. Oh, God.
I'm just imagining like the teen that's behind this, like at the keyboard, be like, "It's all wrong. Enhance. It's like enhance.
It's like, Dylan, stop it.
Yeah.
more,
Oh,
more.
Like, dude, she's nothing but a B cup at most. Like, would you stop it, dude?
No!
They have to be earth shattering.
But the
I'm
best,
an artist.
but the best part is, like, she could have those gargantuan guns, and there's still, like, someone dude's like, I can't believe she fucking said that. Like,
I mean, it
that's
was believable
nuts.
enough for her to say like, "That's not me."
I don't know that it has to be believable,
Yeah.
but I think that anything involving her that's even slightly believable to the audience that is Facebook, like it's palatable enough that she has to say something.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is obviously dumb.
It's also
but
enough for some fucking conservative nut job on social media to suspend disbelief long enough to be like, see?
Well,
Like, even
That's
the
all-
biggest pop star in the world
Right.
knows
First-
what's up.
she first started dating that football player.
Yeah,
Travis Kelce.
There was these
Travis.
nudes of her getting, like, gang banged out
Oh
by,
yeah,
like, that team.
yeah.
And they were, like, obviously not real. There's ones like her just getting, like, plowed out, and it has, like, slut written across her, like, a tramp scan that says
Well, it's the
slut on it.
equivalent of like those
It's like-
poorly
yeah.
photoshopped Britney Spears pictures that like you saw on like Rotten.com in like 2000.
When her head has, like, a completely different skin
Yeah.
tone than the rest of her torso. Yeah. It's like, it's totally her, dude. Yeah.
Fucking deep fakes.
It's like, Jesus Christ. That was also not me getting railed by the entire team. That wasn't me endorsing Trump. No, I didn't also know that Chief Keef song and didn't sing it with Biden. Like, God damn, dude.
She addressed them in that order.
as you
Sitting here
should.
in my private plane.
Right.
God damn, dude. That's the best thing. Is like now, like all like press conferences and shit are just be people saying, "That wasn't really me. That wasn't really me. That wasn't really me." I would just say they're all me. He's a mysterious boy.
Damn,
I like
that.
That was me coming in the guy's ice cream.
Bring it back.
That was nice. That was a nice callback. I like that.
That would be the ultimate move to be like, yeah, it's all. Those are all me. It's all true.
I noticed he ate ice cream every single night before I went to bed. So I was like, tee hee hee, and I snuck it.
It's sitting
Me
outside
and,
his window.
me and Lana Del Rey, like we broke into his house. Actually, I broke in. She was just kind of like keeping an eye out for the cops. You know, she's good like that. Yeah. She gave me a boost as I got into his door. That would be fucking great. Then like, later on down the line, like we find out like Lana Del Rey caught stalking random weirdo from DC.
Like, wait, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
Fuck, dude.
He was.
Man, like, I don't believe in nothing anymore.
He was right the whole time.
This is the same guy that told me the moon was a hologram. Like, fuck, man.
There has to be one of that scenario, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah.
Hologram moon is another big conspiracy theory.
Like an alternate universe where it's true.
Oh, I'm just saying,
Or-
like, there has to be one celebrity that actually is stalking
yeah.
someone.
Oh, yeah.
One celebrity
That someone's
so
like,
bored.
dude, I can't help it. Like, Steve Buscemi's outside my window every night. Like,
how
please
funny
stop.
would it be?
Creepy.
All right, you're like a let's just say you're like a B-list celebrity. You're not like the fucking A+ guy, but you're someone like Steve Buscemi, right?
Yeah.
And then like you're all of a sudden you're like, well, I've already got millions of dollars. I've done tons of great movies and all these cool roles and met great people. I'm gonna find a random person and just stalk the shit out of it.
What's left in life?
Just like move from like California
I
to
know.
like to the Midwest, find some random fat mom and just start following her home every day and just leering at her.
You like you survey what car they get into and they have just the right kind of bumper stickers.
Yeah.
Like that's the one.
Yeah. She
The
That-
equality sticker.
The powered by the Disney font powered by bitch dust lady.
or she drives Jeep and it says Jeep Girl in the back of it. You're like,
Jupe girl.
God damn.
flip flops are not letters, but it's like, and all you do is just pull up after she pulls up to her house and just go, no, and and if she looks at you and say, "Are you Steve Buscemi?" He's like, "No one's gonna fucking believe you.
No one's gonna believe
No
you.
one's gonna fucking believe you."
Like what's
That's
the
super
motive?
good.
That's the only motive.
No motive, just for funsies,
Yeah.
just for shits.
Pure boredom.
Oh, he's fucking great.
Damn, who's famous enough that
Chalamet.
he's too famous? Like you
Oh,
said,
true.
like not quite A-list, but like right there.
Well, we kinda
Buscemi's a perfect one.
Yeah, I know.
My
that.
first thought was Edward Norton. He could probably stalk somebody.
because he also Edward Norton. That's true because he kind of looks like a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
He just blends
So,
in.
like the first 5 times you see him, you're like, that guy kind of looks like Edward Norton. And then like about like the 6th or 7th time, you're like, that fucking might be Edward Norton. Or you might just like be flipping through channels and all of a sudden, like, you know, like fucking the Hulk movies on. You're like,
Wait a minute.
That's the guy from Giant.
yeah,
damn, they
Fuck.
for your first your first thought is damn. They're showing the 2003 one.
yeah, right. What the fuck, dude? Right. And then it's like, why doesn't Mark Ruffalo have his own movie yet? And then all of a sudden, you're just like, that was like the guy that said nice purchases when I walked out of fucking Giant with like
Nice
with like one of those big drums of popcorn. It's like, no. And then the next time you're at the store, you're like, I think that's him. I think that's fucking him. And just, I'll be fucking hysterical.
Dude, I was getting my car washed the other day and Britney Spears was behind me. It's the weirdest thing.
That's actually Paul.
That's almost believable.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find more people,
Oh.
like more celebs.
That are believable.
Yeah.
Gary Busey is definitely.
Ooh.
I feel like
Absolutely.
his
Yeah.
teeth give it away.
That's the only one I'm
Yeah, he's
scared of, too.
He's so, yeah.
Him and Corey Feldman
Ooh.
in his
my
Michael
God.
Jackson outfit.
They're just at your window, like
Together.
Just fogging it up with his breath and writing like,
Like-
you're dead. Yeah. It's like, ah!
Like the fucking Jurassic Park window.
On a current day, Jeff Goldblum would be kind of creepy, though.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
I'm,
Fucking terrifying.
hello, I'm stalking you.
Like, oh shit. Oh god, that'd be fucking hysterical though.
5
he
years
is.
ago, he would be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
But like
People have
past,
been fawning over it.
exactly
Right.
But
Now you're
past
just like,
few
why
years,
is he hiding behind the toilet paper?
Yeah. Hands are
Nice.
sliced.
I see you're going with the brawny paper towels.
You just see him like rolling it around his hands, like, here you go.
Right. For a little while, he did have a minute. I saw an Instagram account dedicated just to pictures of his hands.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
It's just goofy hand movements.
He wears like stylish clothes a lot, and usually lots of rings.
There was a
Really?
He's a ring guy, yeah.
Do you remember SNL used to do
Only some people can be ring guys and pull it off.
SNL used to do that
Gotcha.
Celebrity Jeopardy
Yeah.
thing? There was one where David Duchovny did Jeff Goldblum once.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it is so fucking good.
That's not a number yet.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
He fucking hits the buzzer and it rings in and he goes, and it just fucking floors me every single
I
time.
fucking love Duchovny.
It takes him like 8 minutes to answer each question. He's always like, well, It's funny you should ask that. And he's so fucking good. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That rules.
God, that's amazing.
But
I want to see that.
it's really good. I have it saved somewhere. I'll send it to you. It's great. But
What was I just
yeah, like Busey would be terrifying.
yeah.
Goldblum would be unsettling.
Yeah.
I think Busey would go too far and just stay under your bed the whole time.
Yeah.
You would
But
start taking care of him.
Yeah, you wouldn't-
Good night, Busey.
You would only know he's there when he smiles.
Yeah.
The light bounces off.
Be
his-
scared
Yeah,
you're
he'd be
gonna bite
under,
you.
and you know he's under his bed. And all he would do is just put his hand up and and you leave it like there until you put a snack in it. And
Gotta
One-
feed
one
my
pussy
Busey.
roll.
Feed the Busey.
And then he goes, Utah, give me 2.
Is he of even like sound mind anymore? Like,
I think he's
No.
slipping, man.
I
He
feel
hasn't
like
been
he's
sound mind of, like,
starting to
decades.
deteriorate. No, like
Starting?
actually, yeah, but like actually, like noticeably, like oh, he needs serious help now.
Yeah.
He's
No.
not just like a little kooky.
I'm saying he was that because like what happened was he got in a really bad motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
got
No
a head,
helmet.
Got a head injury, big time.
And that's when because before that he wasn't an odd duck. He was just a normal guy. And he had that motorcycle accident. Then all of a sudden he was just so fucking out of left field that he stopped getting big movies. You only saw him come up in like C grade movies. So yeah, and then just over time, and they got that weird ass kid of his. It looks just like him. You're
Jack.
like,
Jake.
Jake.
yeah. Oh
He does movies too. He's not that bad.
yeah.
It's fine.
But still,
He does Starship Troopers
Yup.
and then what?
he was in one of the.
I'd go out on that high note too.
Yeah.
He was in one of the Predators that came out recently,
A good
Prey.
one.
playing his playing his
Prey was a series.
Yeah. No.
his dad
No,
was in.
That was the
Hulu.
Yeah, that was a great one.
It was really
Uh,
good.
That's my
Oh, what?
that's
It was-
that's my
yeah.
second.
Gary
That's not
Busey
bad.
Absolutely.
was in.
I put that over Predator 2, and Predator 2 is fucking phenomenal.
Gary Busey was in Predator 2.
Yeah, he was.
Jake Busey plays that character's son in the one called The Predator. That
Okay.
came out
It's sort of recent. I know what you mean.
2015,
That's just confusing.
maybe.
So
The
that's
one
not
with
the-
Thomas Jane.
Is that the one where the predators put them on a planet?
No, that's Predators.
Okay.
The Predator is the one where it's like all like it's all like prison inmate, like military prison inmates, like going after it. It's kind of silly too.
So
It
it's
stunk.
basically what the fuck's
And
that
they
team
kill it
up
with a super
Stallone
predator.
and-
Oh, Expendables.
Expendables?
yeah, it's basically the Expendables of the Predator franchise.
We were talking on our Patreon episode we recorded just
Cinematic
recently about
universes.
Brian Bosworth. I don't know if you guys remember Brian Bosworth. He's like a 80s, 90s action star. Do you think he got bummed out when he didn't get the call for Expendables?
Yes.
No.
Because
Well,
every
bummed, yeah, but-
Everybody-
well,
everybody was in there.
he didn't even like sniff that tier of like action movie stars.
Yeah, he did like 3 movies.
I don't think he ever had a movie in
And
the
he was
theaters.
he
They
was
were all
never
direct to video.
yeah, that's the thing. He was never even like a background character
Right.
in a movie that was close to what like Schwarzenegger, Stallone, like Van Damme, like all those guys were doing.
Is there an actor, like an action actor, that even like that whole crew, whoever decides who's going to be in it, is just like, no. It's like, what? No. Busey might be that guy.
Terry Crews.
I think Terry Crews has probably done it.
Was he in it?
Probably.
He was probably in it.
Terry Crews
Yeah.
was in what?
Expendables.
Expendable? Was
What,
he?
what year did that
And
come out?
Probably.
Expendables.
I was thinking of somebody who would say no to it.
No.
oh,
No. Not who would say no to the movie. That the directors, producers, whoever would be like,
no.
I mean, they said yes to Mel Gibson right after he did that shit where he was ranting about Jews and killing his girlfriend, like, and burying her in a rose garden.
Yeah.
So if they said yes to him, who are
Yeah.
the fucking nut jobs? They're like,
Great point. I don't know.
Steven Seagal.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
There it is.
Yep.
I could still see him doing one though.
He would do it on his own
Yeah,
with
this is my own expendable.
with like scab stars.
Well, he's still lambing it in Russia, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's not allowed back in the U.S.
no.
I don't think he wants to be.
He's
But I think the direct.
he got Polanski'd.
What'd he do?
I don't think he did anything wrong. I think
No,
he was like-
I think he just sided with
No,
Russia.
there's some accusations that made him.
Oh, I thought he
Leave
went
the
over
country.
like how Rodman went over to North Korea and just started chilling there. I thought Seagal did the kind of the same.
I also thought that.
Now, Rodman went to North Korea for like a couple days.
Yeah, I remember because he was chilling with
He was
the younger
posted up.
Kim Jong. Yeah,
Yeah,
taking pictures and shit. That was fucking cool as shit. I don't give a fuck.
but,
But I thought
I wish he
Seagal did the
dunked
same
on
no,
thing.
Seagal's been in Russia for
Years.
better part of a decade now. Like he's staying there
Yeah.
Why is his hair always wet?
because it's like jet black hair dye.
It's
It's
just
natural,
It's just,
man.
it's
Putting
reflective
shoe
as
polish
fuck.
into the
Yeah.
wood. Normal.
fucking Christ.
No one will suspect a
Straight
thing.
oil. It's on the Brandon Marsh.
It's all the Russian oil is just
Yeah.
He's just out in Siberia dipping his head in vats. Oh, that's fucking great. Fighting werewolves. Ugh. But that'd be funny. I would love to see like which action stars they said no to.
Seagal is a perfect.
Seagal's
answer.
probably number one.
Yeah. And he's the one who'd be like, I should be in that movie.
I
Yeah.
deserve this.
Making us
Right.
think about it, having like a fucking like meltdown on social media about it.
Why wasn't like Jackie Chan or someone in it?
Was he not?
I don't think. He
I
was.
think he was probably one of those guys who's like, nah, this is fucking corny as fuck. I don't know this.
Damn.
Well, isn't he
would've
one of the few like action stars that was like, I'm done? Like,
Yeah, he retired.
Perhaps.
He's like, I'm done.
yeah.
been- Then what about Jet Li or something?
I think Jet Li's done has been in them.
Yeah, I think Jackie
Oh,
was
okay.
in, like the first two.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Jackie Chan was like, I'll do the Karate Kid remake, and that's it.
And I think the only thing he said like he would come back for if it was done well was
Chris Tucker came
yeah,
on board.
Rush
the one
Hour.
with Chris. Yeah.
Now that's a guy who stands on his laurels, his morals.
Ooh, Chris
But-
Tucker?
No, Jackie Chan. But on the other hand,
Chris Tucker too.
no one's going to cast Chris Tucker being
Chris-
on a list.
Chris Tucker is also another guy who fled to Africa. So are we sure that was really Chris Tucker that came back?
It's a great point.
Sure, Chris Tucker is on Epstein's flight logs, but was it the real Chris Tucker or
Was it
clone
the
Chris
clone?
Tucker?
Damn, clone Chris Tucker was wildin'.
We'll get down to the.
What's the
bottom of
timeline?
this.
Who went back to Africa first? Dave Chappelle or Chris?
Chappelle did, I think. Yeah,
Dave was what, 2006?
about that. Yeah,
Probably.
and I think Tucker was like 2010, 2011 or something like that.
Because
Yeah, because Chris Tucker went on his little run in like the late '90s. It was like post Friday. He was like the hot, like,
Right.
funny.
Yeah,
when were they done
co-star.
with the Fridays? Early 2000s?
Friday after
Yeah.
next.
Friday After Next was the last. Was the last of the Friday franchise.
And what year was that?
Early 2000s.
That's what
Probably.
I'm thinking.
I'd say
2002.
08 at the latest.
No.
That's really late.
That was like the coming out party for Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Because
That-
like,
was that one.
I think a couple weeks later is when he's got beat up by a teenager.
No, that was more recent.
That was in like
That happened with
2016. or
that
something.
happened within the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Friday After Next was like early 2000s.
Yeah, it was way before.
That
It was
all
before
on
Soul
Comedy
Plane.
Central.
But,
Soul Plane riff, dude. I don't give a
Soul
fuck what
Plane
anybody
is
says.
fucking great.
That's a classic.
But how
It is.
fucking funny be like you're like this.
But Chris Tucker was only in the first Friday.
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
All this time. I thought-
Mike Epps was like
the
the
fill-in.
he was
replaced
he was the co-star of the second one.
He's like the cousin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day Day.
How
Yeah.
fucking funny it'd be though. You're just like some random scientist, and you're just like working in this like government black site cloning operation, and you're like,
lower level of S4.
and you're just fucking like cloning all these like high like dignitaries, politicians, and shit like that, and then you just like
No. We need a second Chris Tucker.
and then then you just walk past this bank of like bodies that are being grown in vats. You're just like, is that fucking Ruby Rod from Fifth Element?
Program him to
What?
jerk off in ice cream
It's like,
cups.
dude, it's like, dude, we got Michelle Obama, Joe Biden, and fucking what? He's just like, just going to your superiors, like, look, I know we're not supposed to ask questions. This is a real hush hush operation, but is that, and the guy behind the desk is like,
Can he come to my kid's birthday party?
Or can I get like the version that didn't kind of make the cut, like the kind of the cast off version? Can I have?
That's what I'm saying. Like that, like one of those guys like working there, like gets his pink slip. He's like, "Oh, I'm getting laid off. Like
I'm taking the Chris Tucker back with you.
I'm gonna stick it to these guys. I'm gonna program this one. He only likes to jerk off into pints of ice cream, and I'm gonna set him loose."
On the northeast.
Or he's just like, I'm gonna ruin. Okay, you find me. I'm ruining Chris Tucker's career, and like I'll just put him on Epstein's plane. Like, get in there, champ.
We got your flight booked and everything. Just get on.
It's gonna be to the point where like that's gonna be like
Where am I going? You'll see.
That's gonna be an out for any celebrity that gets himself in some real shit. The trouble is like, they fucking cloned me, dude. Like, what do you want from me, man?
This is my clone.
Yeah, that was my
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
He'll be next.
Damn.
His time is coming.
My God, dude.
What do you think they do with the clones, like, after a celebrity actually dies, like, publicly? And they have, like, 20 Oprah Winfreys. Just, like, ready to go.
They get put. They get put in that Indiana Jones warehouse. And the crate gets nailed shut and put in the corner, dude.
That's fucking great. Yeah. You probably one. It's like the fucking like the Ark of the Covenant. Then you go to the next one. It's a fully dormant but naked Oprah Winfrey.
Fuck me, that's funny.
It's like this is a weirdly weird warehouse.
Yeah, you don't want to see the 8th floor.
Yeah, it's got the actual corpse of Christ, but then there's also this malformed Chris Tucker clone off in the corner.
Size Z tits.
I just say like somebody like George Soros or the Koch brothers, they have at their house is all the leftover clones working at the house as like gardeners. Cool.
All shirtless.
Yeah, all shirtless. Like, oh, can you like? Do you want somebody to get you something nice to drink? Like, yeah, sure. I'd like just a water's fine.
Here you go,
then
man.
all of a sudden it's like, why is there a young Bruce Willis handing me like? Oh well, you notice one leg's shorter than the other, so we have.
Why is your landscaping crew 20 Chris Tuckers with triple Z tits?
They're just having fun.
You know how much goes in each one? I couldn't just throw them away.
I like the thought of there being
Wasteful.
competing companies in this business. And they're like, you know what? We have the rights to, what is it?
Michael Eisner.
Yeah.
And they're hedging their bets on who's going to be successful and not.
It's like I've got 30 Chris Tuckers. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have 30 Idris Elbas.
Well, I got the whole cast of Stranger Things.
What? Whoa. Season 1 or season 20 when they're like, what?
Season
Nuts.
3.
It was when fucking 11 still had that fucking buzz cut, dude. What?
Before we had to do Irishman level CGI on their faces to make them look young still.
She has little hands. So much gardening can get done by her. Oh, fuck, that's funny as shit, dude.
I hate to be a pooper, but can I get up and pee?
Yeah, we can take a pee break.
Pee break. Well, he was always like a pretty built up dude, and he's big.
You had to be physically active when you're doing that fucking dance all the goddamn.
Well, he came from like a dancing background before he started rapping, so he was always probably in like pretty ridiculous shape.
Yeah, dancers are fucking stupid strong.
Hammer was also one of the first guys to have the story of like, my entourage stole all my money.
That is not what the story was. In fact, he cleared that up on O&A.
He
was-
openly admits that like
He was paying
them.
people
Yeah,
too
he-
much
he paid
on
them,
purpose.
Like yeah.
He was like fucking like he was hiring any of his friends from the hood because he wanted them to stop selling drugs and shit.
Yeah.
He was like, so I'll put you on my staff. I'll give you $80,000 a year to fucking I don't know.
No show jobs, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can file taxes. This is how you buy a car. This is how you build credit, and that's how he lost all his money.
All that while I was doing the Addams Family rap.
Yeah.
The best story of that is still fucking Vanilla Ice. He's like, I knew like my fucking time was over, so I just retired and started to ride dirt bikes for a living. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
That kind of rocks.
He's like, yo, man, I'm a fucking washout now. Ride some dirt bikes. That'll be fun. Like, all right.
I mean, that is fun to do. That's smart.
The fact
Good
that you
way
can
to
make
die-
so
good way
much
to
money
die,
on
though.
one song that it's just like, I'm gonna fuck off in like my early 20s for the rest of my life and just ride dirt bikes.
You know what's
He
sick?
also did the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yep.
Turtles.
The
Ninja
rap.
rap. Yeah, Ninja rap.
Oh.
It's funny because like Ice Ice Baby. Eventually, people are gonna forget about it for a little bit, right? And he's like, all right, well, that's the end of that money train. whatever, who cares? I still got my savings. And then all of a sudden, like, it'll get used again in another movie, and he'll start getting those checks in again. I'm like,
They got to license
fuck
it.
yeah, dude.
Has there ever been a good tie-in rap song, like theme or anything? Like
The only ones I can think of was that and the MC Hammer Adams Family song.
the DK one, DK64.
Oh yeah.
That one's my go-to. To my knowledge, it's not like an actual artist that like, worked together to do it, but it's a solid one.
I think my favorite band appearing on, like, especially video games was I had one of the I forget what Spider-Man game it was. I want to say it was Maximum Carnage on Genesis. All the soundtrack was done by Green Jelly.
That's awesome.
The band?
Yeah,
That's
but all it was
That's
their
wild.
songs,
I didn't know
but
that.
done in like
8-bit.
yeah, like the 8-bit
that's
style.
cool.
MIDI.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
And like on the
dun, dun.
cartridge, you saw it. It was like Spider-Man, Maximum Carnage, and it had like the red cartridge too, not the black one.
That's it.
Nice.
And just a big green jelly logo in the corner. You're like, fuck yeah, dude. It's rips.
Why do I remember all the words to that one fucking song now? God damn it.
What, the Three Little Pigs?
Yes.
I don't know, because it was on fucking TV
was
every
everywhere.
day
Yeah, that
for
was-
like
It was
solid
a sick
6
music
years.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick ass claymation going on.
By the hairs of my chinny chin.
Yeah. That riff kind of went hard too.
And then when it goes right into just strictly bass, like,
Yes.
it's all distorted and shit. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
I'm like, whoa, guitars can sound like that? That's cool. That's way cooler than Zeppelin.
That first Little Piggy, he was pretty hicky. He spent most of his days just dreaming of the city.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm done.
He's been Manchurian
And
activated.
yeah, it's the switch. That switch it just fucking went right off. 10 years from now, someone's gonna bring the song up again and say, I want you to recite these lyrics word for word.
We're gonna play it on the ride.
Whether
back to your house.
whether you've been asked or not.
No, I would love if they put a gun to your head. They're like, you need to recite one Jerky Boys bit, and you just do the whole album.
And then they'd shoot me anyway. We
They shoot
said
themselves.
one bit. We said one bit.
He
Like,
won't stop.
but there's so many to choose from. Just,
What have we done?
there's so many to choose from. Just kill me now.
They kill themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
R-I-Z-Z-O.
We got through all the Saul Rosenberg stuff and we just couldn't take it anymore. Oh, fuck.
Speaking of Adam's Family, is it kosher to talk about your video game stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yo, are you still developing video games?
I am. Yeah.
Dude, what's up with that? What are you working on? Anything?
Working on 2 projects right now, or 3 projects right now that will be coming out soon.
Oh shit.
The latest things that I released was a Patrick Star game.
Nice.
For Nickelodeon?
Yeah,
guy.
for Nickelodeon. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
It just is out on Game Pass right now. So
Nice.
if you
Fuck
play it
yeah.
on Game Pass.
Damn, dude.
What's it
That's
called?
it. The Patrick Star game. Yeah.
It's also
Smart.
available.
Yeah.
at
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. But yeah, you essentially play like as Patrick in like an open world, and it's like, have you ever played that Goat Simulator game? Are you familiar with that?
No, but I'm listening.
It's like you play as a goat in like a sandbox
Oh,
world,
yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
just like
Untitled goat game. Yes, I remember.
You
Yeah,
just like wreak havoc on like this entire world, and you're essentially doing that, but you're in Bikini Bottom as well.
that
Yeah.
fucking rules.
That rocks.
So yeah,
Yeah, that goose game was fucking fun.
yeah,
You just go fuck with gardeners.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, that's
pull their
Untitled Goose
crops
Game,
up and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's probably the latest one that I have out right now.
fucking
is
rules.
That one. Yeah, yeah.
They,
That one's fun.
they just put out a remaster of Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to play it.
And it'd be funny if they remastered it, but just replaced the main player character with Patrick Star. Not telling anybody.
Just
Like,
wreaking havoc
yeah.
on absolutely.
all they showed you
everyone.
was just like all these graphical upgrades and
Uh-huh.
and like everything else. But then it's not till you boot the game up that you're all of a sudden you're like, what? I'm trying to create my own character, but it keeps showing up Patrick Star. The fuck, dude? I don't want to wear shorts.
Dude,
That'd be
I'm
fucking great.
trying to be a fucking Khajiit. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, this is Patrick.
I want to be a Nord. No. Yeah.
Well, that was the best part of working on that game is we got to work with Bill like as the voice actor.
Oh,
for the
hell
game,
yeah.
which was
Shit.
fucking sick. Yeah,
That rules.
yeah. So having
He
him,
was
like-
also the fucking white power CO on the first season of Oz.
Wait, really?
Oh.
Yeah. that like he's like that giant blonde haired dude.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, I haven't seen Oz in a while, too.
Yeah.
I love that shit when you just like hear a voice in like a video game character.
Like,
you're
And that's
what
the thing,
fuck
like,
is that guy? I know
he
that
doesn't
voice, and
really-
you're like, oh,
He doesn't really like overexert himself to sound like Patrick. Like when you watch a show with him as like an actual actor, it's like, oh shit, that's fucking Patrick Star.
Yeah,
Like
it's just him.
it's like that one dude who does the voice.
this like big dopey voice.
Yeah. There's that dude who does the voice of Bender from Futurama. He's done a lot. He does a lot of video game shit too. John
Yeah.
DiMaggio.
Yeah. I worked with him too.
It- Fucking sick, dude. And it's just like, then all of a sudden, like he always pops up and randomly in like Law and Order and all the Law and Orders like clones episodes, and all of a sudden you'll hear like a CSI text like yeah, we found the body down there. He's like, that's fucking. It just catches you off guard. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, his voice is just levels of like how aggressive he is.
Yes.
Like that's pretty
Yes.
much it. Yeah. Yeah, we did like a Ben 10 game, and he's like one of the like aliens in Ben 10 or whatever.
that
Fucking
rocks.
rules.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that Wyatt did.
Yeah, Wyatt worked on that one too.
Like to have like a physical, like you walk through fucking Target or some shit, and you're like, I made that game. That's a
That fucking
crazy
rules.
fucking
Yeah.
thing.
It is very cool. It's a lot of work, but it's
I
cool.
made him lay on the ground next to it. So I could take a picture.
That's true. At
It was on the
Target,
bottom
just like
shelf?
it's all the way at the bottom.
Can't
Just
believe
like
they,
pose
I
up.
can't believe they did you like
I
that.
know it's okay. It's all right. It happens, but
Fucking
Well, it's in the closest line of sight to little kids.
that's
Yeah.
you know that's
Fair.
true.
It's like they
That's
put the
very
sugary
true.
cereals on the bottom shelf
Exactly.
of the
Yeah.
cereal aisle. Like
Yeah.
that's just marketing.
Yeah, that's,
Crackling
that's a
open
good
hands on
marketing
top
brand,
shelf.
yeah.
that's retail psychology.
Yeah.
That is a gross field, but it's so interesting.
Yeah, but then if you walk into a GameStop and it's there, you kind of get a little bummed out. It's like, damn.
It's the worst when you see the returned ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-owned, and you're like,
$2.
And you're just like, that's not my fault though. It's not my fault
yeah,
though.
yeah, that one hurts.
If they're selling it for $2, imagine what they gave them for it.
35 cents.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
Here's a bottle cap and a paper clip for my pocket.
Like we don't even want it, and you just leave it there because you don't feel like carrying it home.
Right. Some
So
pocket.
they're like,
lint.
fuck it, put a $2 tag on it, we'll throw it in there.
Yeah.
Finding your old like an old album you were on in the dollar bin.
Done that.
Yeah,
I tried to do
not
that.
that's happening.
I have yet to have it.
Nah, you can't get your hands on it.
That or like band merch on like Depop
Yeah.
or whatever. and
I've
you're
seen
like,
my
"Ooh,
merch on Depop. and I'm like,
$2.
Every time I see it on Depop, it's just you selling it.
Fucking Dead and Buried. I got rid of. I had a small one of the small CD boxes of the third LP record we did, and I was just like, I don't know what to do with this, and I just took it to that place, Second and Charles, and said, here. You know, I think I got like maybe like $20 in store credit for the whole box.
That's
and
fine.
then, but here's the thing. About 4 or 5 months later, some Euro dude just like, do you have any of this? I'll pay whatever. I was like, motherfucker. It's like, do I want to go all the way to Second Charles, pay $7 to get it back, and then go sell it to this European kid for like 35? I'm like, that's effort.
And then fill out a customs declaration and ship it over there.
Oh God.
Check one CD.
I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, where were you when I had like a whole closet of shitty merch? And now all of a sudden you want, like, God damn it.
And that's when you had to print 10,000 of a CD too.
Oh yeah, you couldn't do. There was no such thing as small run. That's why none of us ever did vinyl, because you couldn't just do like 100 records. You
We
had
did.
to do. No, I'm talking about Dead and Buried.
Oh,
era.
yeah.
That's years before you guys. But just like you couldn't do 100, 200. You had to do like 4 figures of records, and it's like we're never gonna fucking sell that because no one was really buying vinyl then.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so there wasn't a lot of plants.
Yeah.
So
there was like 6 at one time.
So the plants that were up and operational could pretty much fucking name their price and their stipulations. So you're just like, yeah. Wow.
Most of them just did like record store day
Yeah.
all year.
Now, the video game business, aren't they closing a lot of fucking like small studios now?
Yeah, it sucks. Not easy right now.
Because I listen to like video game news shit on like YouTube videos and stuff. There's that game that came out. I didn't play it, but it was a really popular and well-selling game called Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi
Yes.
Rush. And they like the studio got bought by one of the biggest, maybe Microsoft or something.
Yeah, I think it was Microsoft.
And then it put out that game which won like all these awards, and the game was still somewhat new, like not even a year old, and they shut that studio down completely.
yeah.
Damn.
And so apparently it was like the business is, it's like you can make money at it, but it's like you just, it's up in the air whether you're going to have a job day to day.
Yeah, it's like right now it's tough because like a lot of those companies, they're just like looking for a number, and if it doesn't hit that number, they're just like, all right, closing it down. It's easier to like just shut it down than like try to make something number two, which sucks because like part of making games is like having like a good team to like actually make a good product. So it's like if you're just spreading out that team, like you're just
And I hear like
yeah, it sucks.
like the bigger places, they don't want you to make like original creative video games anymore. They want you to make those like online only massive like games that you like every like not they care only about multiplayer, not like you just making up a fun or interesting or original game anymore. So because only Elden Ring's allowed to do that.
Yeah. Most of the stuff now, they're like looking for, because they're just trying to hedge their bets on like what is going to be successful. So they pretty much are just looking for things that like, they're like, oh, is this a popular IP that we know there's already a built-in fan base on it?
Yeah.
Is there a like game that has been similar or
Like
has good
movies.
success or whatever? And like put the two together, make that. Like that's like the recipe right now that they're like, most companies who are dishing out money want.
Yeah, so if you're a creator who's actually trying to be creative,
Yes.
they don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
You probably have to work like a psychotic amount of hours for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, they said like with like the crunch like leading up to the release is like apparently like
Oh, it sucks.
the most toxic work environment ever. Like you're just like
Yeah.
it's like slave driving pretty much.
That's why, like, we're a smaller studio, so, like, we try not to do that. There's definitely times where, like, we have to pull mad hours, but, like, we try to keep that not to, like, employee type stuff. Like, only, like, Yeah, it sucks. The thing that's, like, I guess, extra challenging on this, too, is, like, a lot of these IP holders, they have the final say. So it's like, if you're making something for Nickelodeon and then they don't like something about it, they're just like, we're Nickelodeon. So it's like...
How does that work? Do you have to like sign a contract, or is that not even a thing?
Yeah, so you can sign contracts that essentially is like they need to give you feedback in like X amount of weeks, and if they don't, give you feedback in X amount of weeks, they're technically in breach of it. But
Does that mean that you get carte blanche for whatever you made and submitted?
no, they just don't follow it. And then,
Oh,
yeah,
damn! They gotta
Yeah.
fix that.
yeah, it's tough. Not saying that Nickelodeon did it.
They also have a lot more lawyers than you, so
That's what I'm saying. Nickelodeon didn't say that.
Not them, but companies will do
Yeah,
that.
a company of that size.
Because I remember reading things years ago about Disney, because like the companies that would make like the Disney movie tie-in games for like Genesis, Nintendo, and all that stuff, like the characters had to be doing a certain thing. They couldn't do certain things. It had to be like to a T what they wanted from that character. You couldn't take any kind of artistic freedom with that at all, even no matter how minor it was. And if it didn't a lot with what they wanted they were like, nope, pull it.
Yeah,
No
but
matter how much work you put in.
yeah, which is tough because that happened to us on the Patrick game because we had like a whole slew of like mini games and things that we created that were like based on the TV show.
Yeah.
Like it's Bikini Bottom, it's underwater, but they have fire, so we're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we can do like a fire mini game, blah blah blah, and they're just like, nope, cut it. And they were like, but it exists in the show, and you told us to use the show as reference, and they're like, cut it.
That'd be funny if like the guy who told you guys like this one Patrick Star super fan. He's just like you sit there like just tapping his cheek, watch like, okay, this mini game works like this, and you're like this, and like the fire, and he's like, no. Patrick,
He would never do that.
Patrick would never. That's not something Patrick would do. Like, how could you even suggest it?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? It'd be fucking great.
Yeah. Luckily, some companies give you a lot of freedom. We worked with DC on a Justice League game, and they
Nice.
literally just handed us the keys. It was awesome.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Hopefully not that last Justice League game I played.
Which one was it?
Suicide Squad kills
No,
the
that
Justice
was-
League. That was
Most of our stuff is like for younger, like kids kind of stuff. So
Lego DC games are fucking great.
Yeah, it was that was like one of our inspirations, like to make this game was
absolutely
those games.
fantastic.
Yeah, they're so well done.
Lego Batman, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
so good. All those Lego games are so
Yeah.
good.
Lego Star Wars,
Yeah.
amazing, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Isn't Will Arnett? Isn't he the Batman? For the
Yeah,
Lego
he's the
game?
Batman. He
Nice.
plays the Batman.
Yeah, he crushes it.
What a perfect cartoony voice too
Ah.
for a game like that. That's
Yeah.
Like it's
Good
geared towards
casting.
kid, and even I laugh at those fucking games. Like,
Yeah.
they're legit funny.
Yeah,
But I think it's funny, like just to think like there's like one guy whose only job at Nickelodeon is to make sure people that have like the artistic or have like the license to use Patrick are using it correctly.
Yes.
Like this is Steve. He's our Patrick expert. Well, does he know? Like, is he also like versed in like Doug Funny or like whatever? Like, no, strictly Patrick.
Lives and breathes
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah, only Patrick. And this guy, that guy would next to him, that's our Sandy expert. Yeah. That's Mike, our fucking Mr. Krabs expert. It's like, dude, that's fucking hysterical.
Money, money, money.
They're just trying to do impressions all day. It's like, guys, you know him, but you can't be him. It's like that's the line.
Like, how dare you?
It's not just nailing the voice; it's the personality. It's the oeuvre.
Like, yeah, you don't have the gravitas of Patrick.
You have no charisma.
Oh, dude.
Amazing.
You reek of smart assness.
But I just read something today that was funny that they just did a remaster of Oblivion, and apparently they had to completely rescore it because the dude who did the score for the original one got canceled for some reason. I don't know.
Who was it?
I forget his name.
No, it doesn't matter.
He got canceled for something, and I don't know what it was. And so they were like, "We got to rescore the game because we don't
You don't want to use that guy.
Yeah,
That's
I was
wild.
like, that's so tedious.
Yeah.
But it's also like you already have the music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like, and part of video games is like the music is like the connection. That
Yeah.
you have to it. So
yeah. Like how the music is a certain way when you go into a certain area of the game. So you're always going to have that memory of like, oh,
Yep.
when you go into this town, this starts playing, or when this boss fight's about to start, this starts playing. So if you change it completely, it's going to take out of it. But I just thought it was weird.
yeah, that's pretty odd. I didn't realize.
If people give you shit, just like, oh, this was before he was whatever he was, This was back when he was a somewhat nice guy. Oh, I never even bothered looking up what he did. I'm sure it was heinous.
Probably some sex.
if it's that,
Yeah,
yeah.
sex
If it's that
past,
bad, yeah.
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 Or he uncovered the clone farms. He was a fucking whistleblower, so he had to send him all the way.
Dude, they've got 15
found the
Patricks
Oprah
in the warehouse.
All those bills lined
Yeah.
up.
Nickelodeon actually has like they used to be Chris Tucker clones, but they actually added weird pigments to his skin to make him like pink. It's fucking nuts. His head, they malformed his head. It's like, yeah. So like, it sounds like Chris Tucker, but it looks like Patrick. Dude, it's fucking nuts, dude. That would actually be a fucking fire video game. Just a Patrick Star game.
But it's Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker's voice. Come on, man. My man. Just like, oh my God.
Oh, dude.
And just not like, people are like, why did you get that voice for Patrick? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
This is the greatest move we've ever done.
It's like, he's done the TV show.
Groundbreaking.
He's the same guy. It's not Chris Tucker. It's just the guy. We're like, yeah, we know you've been doing Patrick the same way for decades, so go have some fun with it. And it's just that dude doing a Chris Tucker impression.
I feel like that's also a premise of like a new horror video game of like being in the chamber of all the clones, but it's like old, decrepit, like Tom Kenny, just like 20 of them doing the SpongeBob voice and just being like, it's like that Friday Nights at Freddy's or whatever that game is.
Five nights.
Five Nights, thank you.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Friday
Doesn't-
night.
doesn't-
Whatever. It's
Close enough.
Close enough.
Well, hey, one of those 5 nights is
great.
probably a
yeah,
Friday.
that's true.
Because that Tom Kenny dude used to be in every movie as like some weird offbeat character. Then all of a sudden I found out he was the guy who voiced SpongeBob. I was like,
Huh.
oh.
All those Mr. Show episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was all over that.
It's true.
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Still does it.
We have a recurring segment for new guests that come on this podcast. This is 12 of the hardest questions you'll ever be asked. Evan's gone through this.
Interesting.
Good luck.
He did,
How'd you do?
He did swimmingly.
I did swimmingly.
Yeah, see?
Perfect score.
It was a perfect score. This is Gripping Inquiries, Mr. King. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'll sit up.
All right. Oh, I had a bonus thing about the chemistry set joke, so we'll avoid that one. This one is this is how we determine how cool you are. Question number 1. Remember that one episode of The Simpsons where Bart had the megaphone and people in the neighborhood thought he was Hammer?
No.
Evan remembers it, don't you? Evan,
Of course he does.
Evan, what was the megaphone called?
Fuck.
Come
I
on,
forgot.
dude.
I know.
Mike?
I can picture it.
It was a Rap Master 2000 or 3000?
3,000.
3000?
Rap master. Okay.
And he's
Just
just
remember everybody dancing behind him.
it's Hammer. And it was just him just talking with a little like a beat behind it. It was
Go to your homes.
Question number 2. What's brown and rhymes with Snoop?
Stoop.
Dr. Dre.
Not wrong.
Ah,
Oh, right.
that was my edgy content of the night.
Whoa.
Yeah. Question number 3. Do you think Tiffany Trump has ever eaten croutons out of a box?
No.
Lord knows I have. Shout out to Mrs. Cubbidson's. Those things are banging. Number 4. This I'm gonna get a little personal. So if you don't want to answer this, I understand completely.
That's fine.
Is it true that you wipe your ass left to right?
Unfortunately, yes, it is true. I'm sorry that it has to come out.
Yeah.
Trailblazer.
Yeah.
Basically, is like,
I was never taught.
well, first he's like, well, you can't write back to front because it makes your balls smell like poop, and you're like, well, I don't want that. And then your parents are like, well, you got to wipe, front to back, and you're like, I'm not gonna fucking do what you guys tell me. I'm a punk rocker, and you're like, so you made your own style, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So you're a trailblazer, and we love you for it.
I try.
Question number 5. I don't know how into nature you are, but is there any butterfly as beautiful as the green swallowtail?
I mean, a monarch is classic.
Ooh, incorrect. It's the Lemonitis reducta. Oh.
You're close though.
Yeah.
Question number 6. Do you have tattoos?
I don't.
You don't? Oh.
You have 0? I didn't know that.
0 tattoos.
So there's some of us out there that don't have any
Yeah.
because they don't make enough ink
Cool
to cover me.
guys.
But question number 6. If I paid for it, would you consider getting tornadoes don't care about feelings tattooed on your body?
100%. As long as it's a tramp stamp, I think.
Can I pick the font?
Of course.
Candy Bits all the way.
I thought you were going to
Wingdings.
say Cosmic Sans. Or,
Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
That is pretty good.
What about Impact?
Yeah, Impact and Wingdings is pretty good. Yeah.
I loved Impact as a kid.
Oh hell yeah! It was on all my GeoFire or GeoCities web pages.
Dude, it's every original meme you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Impact font.
Super good, dude. How many times have you seen the movie Billboard Dad?
0. -1, actually.
Correct answer, actually. That's why it was that's why it's the least popular of all the Olsen twins movies.
Billboard Dad is a movie?
What's the premise? That he's on a billboard?
Yeah, their dad needs a.
It's a short movie.
Their dad needs a new. Their dad needs a new
Oh, look, there
girlfriend.
it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So they get him a billboard. It's very nice of them, especially when they're only like fucking 6 years
So
old.
it's like the kid Sleepless in Seattle.
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
Like, go watch that.
Yeah. That could have been an Instagram reel.
It's true. 15-second movies. I'd watch it. You ever hear that rumor about Tom eating bug dicks for dinner?
Yeah, weekly.
True. Always picking them out of his teeth, dude. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 34.
Oh, do you remember tongue rings?
Yeah, I do.
Where did they all go? That's a fun one for me. Anyway. Now, we determined you do know a little bit about nature. So this next question is, why the ocean be splashing people?
It sucks.
Right?
Fucking sucks.
I fucking hate the ocean too, dude. Now, I only wrote this one because I know you're a creator of video games, and I know you would have a very good opinion on this. Should Nintendo have just called Mario Kart Super Cario?
Yeah, of course. Missed opportunity.
It's right there, shorter.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do the stupid K scheme, To make me think of is Nintendo kind of sketchy? What's going
Yeah,
on? With that,
exactly.
right? It's not like that. Do you follow professional wrestling at all?
I do not.
Oh, well,
Correct answer.
right.
Indeed.
The final question: when Hulk Hogan orders Chinese food, does he order leg drop soup?
Do I need to respond to that?
No, you don't. Because it all ends with a perfect score.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Hit the applause button.
Top corner. Other one.
There's-
There you go.
There you go.
Press and hold. Nice.
Whoa. That was so fucking loud in the headphones. Holy shit, dude. I hate that fucking bass tone so goddamn much.
I'm sweating after those questions.
Oh, I know, right? It's like an interrogation. Do you think you're in Guantanamo?
Put you on the Blackstone.
Put him on the fucking rack, dude. That was
Nice.
gripping ink quiz.
Good
Don't
times had by all.
You want to get into homework?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why don't you
Like,
do that shit, son.
but before that, we should tell the listeners everything you've heard tonight. You can hear another one
That's
every
true.
week on patreon.com/IRRANDILL.
$3 a month, dude.
That's correct.
That's it. Extra episode a week. Michael sends you a free case of Rap Snacks.
That's
is-
a fact.
That is not a fucking bit. He actually does it.
Haven't done that in a while. No
'Cause no one
stepped
signs
up
up,
to the
dude.
plate.
And if you don't feel like just giving us $3 a month, just repost the clips or
Yes.
sound off in the comments, call us dumb, gay, fat, ugly, and then talk about Tom too.
Have you tried switching to the Shack gummies as a marketing ploy? They're pretty good.
I know Rap Snacks makes the cup of noodles packs now, so
Yeah.
I was gonna, surprise the next person that steps
Ooh.
up with one of those. But
That's pretty cool.
we
Now
got
it's spoiled.
No,
I was
it.
thinking that too, but you got to put the fucking carrot out there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
I gotta
found
plant
out-
the seed.
I found out
Otherwise,
about
how
the-
would you know?
about peanut butter and jelly Reese's cups because they're next to the Shack gummies at Wawa.
They're Shackalicious.
I was like, what? Yo, that fucking display was wiped. They fucked those
Yo,
gummies.
those Shack gummies are fucking banging.
They're good.
Really?
Yeah, they're
blue?
really good.
The blue is so good.
Yeah,
Is it really?
those gummies have no business being that
They're
fucking
very
good.
I would seriously try them, but seriously, like I said, that display had like 3 packs left on it.
Rightfully so.
Ah, plenty of Reese's left.
The best part about them is chewing on Shaq's giant forehead. Everything else,
Are they Shack shaped? Never.
Yeah, they're his head.
it's just Shaq's head.
Oh man, dude, he cannot miss with marketing.
That man leaves no money on the table.
At all.
Ever.
The video game?
Yes. I still own that shit.
What console was that on?
Sega.
Yeah, Sega Genesis.
Oh.
Genesis.
They did a new one too in like the Xbox 360 era. I think.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Remastered or just
No,
no, it was a brand
I forget what
new.
it was called.
shit.
Yeah.
a sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Nice.
had the Wu-Tang game.
Oh shit! For
What-
Nintendo?
Fight for Shaolin.
What haven't they put their fucking name on?
I want to say that
Also.
was
My roommate in college
1.
had the Def Jam beat 'em
I
up
had the
game.
Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah, Fight for New York.
Well,
Yeah.
there was Def Jam Vendetta.
Vendetta.
Yeah.
Fight for New York.
I also had 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
I was about to say they need to come out with more games like 50 cents.
Yes.
What?
Dude, the game's actually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I was like, well, the first one was good. The other one was not so much, but I was
It's like maybe problematic now, but
Yeah.
but awesome game.
for a game that has 50 cents name attached to it, it's
Yeah.
way too good, better than it should be.
What was it, like PS2 or something?
I forget.
Maybe.
Maybe
There was like
even
a
3.
2-year
It might
window
have been
where
3.
like that whole G unit didn't miss.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they just had their name on everything and it was all good.
Cameron, G Unit,
Yeah.
all them guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah.
as well as apostrophes, Cameron also made it possible for dudes to wear pink.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I thought
me tell you
Easter was
about
all about that.
Easter's like mostly pastels, though. It's like everything.
Yeah.
You know what I
Pastel
mean?
blue, yellow.
Yeah,
Green,
Pink.
true.
pink is there.
Yeah. but
White.
Cameron's fuzzy suit. That's all year round.
You say he made apostrophes cool in people's names.
An OG meme. He was you mad.
Range looked like
true.
Laffy Taffy.
You mad. You mad. Poetry. Sorry.
Every week, Tom and I assign each other a piece of music and comedy or a combination of the two to report back on the following week. And we always ask our guests to take part as well. Last week, we did not have a guest. We actually was missing one of our co-hosts,
Not pointing any elbows, but
but he's a greasy Italian. Is that why you couldn't go? You got in a car wreck?
Sure, let's go with that.
This is called Homework. And Tom, you want to start off? Where do you want me
yeah.
to start?
So last week we even just by again the Dave Chappelle thing's coming up again. Just by talking about him, we subjected ourselves to a mutual homework assignment of the not newest but a new Jim Brewer special, and it's
Yeah.
called "Somebody Had to Say It."
Post him going full QAnon.
Yeah. So I think the little bit of backstory that I know about him slipping off the fucking deep end was his wife went through like horrendous cancer and had to was in painful treatment for a long time. He lost all faith in the medical system, and they were just drugged through the like they went through the fucking trenches to get her better, and he just lost everything about himself.
Damn.
So it's I guess I get it, but he starts putting out these piece of garbage comedy specials, like like when COVID kicked off, he was done for by then.
You really didn't have much of a career in like doing. He still did stand up, but it wasn't like he was dropping special. But since COVID, I think he's had one every year to every 2 years. He's had a new special.
Yeah, and this right now is my first time hearing about all of them.
It was like the late 2010s, like probably before COVID. He was still milking like half-baked references in all of his stand-up.
Fucking Go Boy, Metallica.
Yeah, he'll still doing
Yeah.
his SNL
Yeah.
characters on stage as his stand-up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I said that when I assigned this, he put out a special in 2003 called Jim Brewer Hardcore that I stood by was a great special back then.
Yeah.
But he still will do that material now, 22 years later. So this is the one from 2021 that we just did. And my first note is just, oh, how the mighty have fallen. I can see the bones of what would be funny material. Funny, potentially. Physically, he still knows how to be silly and funny. One thing that even came close to making me laugh was the earring in the right ear chunk. You know, like the gay ear, the straight ear.
Yeah.
And okay, I said, okay, one thing that made me chuckle was when he talked about his mom calling into work. He said, his mom would call in sick to work, and she'd be like, "Don't tell your father. Do you have any tests in school today?" No. That's the only thing that made me go, huh. And then when I wrote that, I said, "Damn, I still have a half hour to go." 50%, maybe closer to 60% of all of his material is just noises into the microphone, just making noises with the fucking and screaming and shit. I saw the closer coming a mile away. I legitimately thought the entire special was going to be about COVID. People on that time were constantly referenced, though. Tired ass joke. 0 out of 10. I hated it.
I think our boy Adam said when he did sound at Soul Joel's for his
Adam Siatowski did?
his I guess tour date that he did there. He said it was all COVID material.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd was like,
they're
those people
eating
like
it up.
eating it up. Yeah.
In Pottstown? Are you kidding me?
And that's
Shocker,
fine.
I know.
That's fine at like 2020 to like 2022.
Yeah, let's say
Like he was doing this 2024.
That's rough.
It's like, come on, man. Like seriously?
please, Jim, the horse is dead.
I feel like I got tired of COVID stand-up material in 2020.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
yeah.
It like became hacks
Yes.
so fast.
Very fast.
Yes.
Jim Brewer, someone had to say it. An hour of animal impressions is normally a recipe for awesome. But honestly, I've seen better cockatiels and seals from other people. This special would be totally sick if he actually added jokes to it. And never notice all his like impressions of people. All he does is his own voice, but he cups the mic and does it like.
Again, just another.
It doesn't sound like the person. It's just him like doing it like.
Just another vehicle for him to do silly noises with the microphone.
Yeah, I just gave it a 0 out of 20. It was fucking awful. So many times I wanted to turn that thing off, and I was like, "You gotta fucking get through it."
Did I send you the homework, Mike?
You didn't, but Jim Brewer sucks, so I concur. 0 out of 10.
I sent it to Evan, but I don't expect you to.
I sent it to Bren.
Yeah.
I don't expect you guys to keep up with all the shit. So let's
then-
just move on.
Then he sent it to the deleted folder.
I got it yesterday, so I unfortunately did not have a lot of
That's
time.
Like, it's not your responsibility. Don't worry about it.
I'll stay on comedy. Tommy gave me Tim Dillon's "I'm Your Mother,"
Oh yeah.
which is available on Netflix. My notes are: meet your son. He's 38 and loves fentanyl. Look how sad she is when she's texting Beyonce. What's that? You were playing soccer, then all you saw was fire? I don't care. Yeah. It's an 8 out of 10 special, and honestly, Tim Dillon, his rants on his podcast are fucking hysterical. His stand-up, though, has always been kind of mid-tier to me.
I thought you were opposite.
No.
I thought you always preferred his stand up to his podcast.
No, his ranting is way better. His ranting is fucking bar none. No one can really top that shit. His stand-up's always been good, but never been great. But this one is definitely the best thing he's done.
Agree.
Also, at the end of the fucking the set, he's like, on your way out, why don't you kill some homeless people? Like, so telling people to kill the homeless as he walks off the stage was such a wild choice. No joke, just like, yeah, there's a lot of homeless people. Why don't you kill a couple on your way? I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, he gets away with so much stuff just by saying that he's gay. And not just like saying like gay slurs and stuff like that. He'll say like horrendous shit, like go outside and kill a homeless person. He's like, oh, it's fine. You know, I suck dicks. And you're like, Jesus Christ. I don't know if that carries over, Tim. But, dude, this is the best thing I've seen him do.
Agree.
But I love him just ranting about random shit because off the cuff, he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And he can hold, speaking of conspiracies, he can hold his own when it comes to conspiracy talk.
Oh, God. He gets into like the Rothschilds and Soros and shit like that.
Anything like that, he can pull the fucking thread.
Oh, so
it's
fucking
good
funny.
shit.
Watch him. He had like a 3-hour fucking rant just about the Kardashian mom. And it all like devolved into her like serious shit, like, you know, she's been dead for 30 years and they just keep like putting a hologram on the TV. It's like, Jesus Christ.
That man can riff, dude.
Yeah, he fucking riffs, dude. I love him.
He's a dude who I imagine every night just goes down rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and it just like stays in every fucking
and the rest of us,
cranny of his
yeah,
brain.
everyone, the rest of us be like, oh God, what the fuck? And he's just like, he's probably just run same thing, just like,
yeah, that and real estate.
Oh
He
God,
loves real estate.
But it's just funny that he's such a deep diver into conspiracy shit, but he
Yes.
doesn't go full Jim Brewer.
No,
Like
he's
he
smart
doesn't-
enough not to.
He's smart enough to like know, oh, that's obviously bullshit.
right.
You know, but it's just funny when he starts talking about celebrities being lizards and shit. It's just so fucking good, dude. Did anybody else watch this special, or was it just me? All right.
It's fantastic. Watch it. It's good.
You also,
It's on my to-do list.
yeah. You also
You'll laugh.
assigned me
I watch it tonight.
a live set available on YouTube. Spaz live at KZSU about 1999.
Fuck yeah.
Good
Uh,
year.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Dodge for dressing like a substitute teacher and having the sickest bass tone in the 90s.
For real.
Also watching Mac's drum is still gnarly. Now I have a sinking feeling that Spaz will reunite for a run of fests and ruin the band for me. 7 out of 10. Just listen to the records though. But it was cool as shit.
It
It's
is
like
cool.
it made me listen to this record. I don't know. Not a lot of people really know about it. It was a record, a collaboration. It was Chris Dodge, the bass player from Spaz, and Dave Witt or Witty, however you pronounce his name, who's the drummer.
WITTE.
Yeah, he drums for like Human Remains, Discordance Access, and like a shit ton of. It was called the East-West Blast Test, and it was basically nothing but blasting on drums and bass, and it was just fucking nuts. And I was like, damn. So I've been listening to that nonstop. But Spaz rules, and one of the first bands I ever saw that had the Cookie Monster like vocals, the caveman vocals.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so fucking good. I know it's like kind of like the entry level power violence like grind band, but it's like they're still really great at it.
I mean, I would say Infest is the entry level.
Yeah.
But they're like the next
Ye-
year
Spaz is right
Yeah.
there too, yeah.
If you really want to get into it,
But it's
you
also
go
like,
from Infest to Spaz and then keep pulling.
but then
from
you're
there.
also like, Spaz and Infest still kind of deserve to be where they're at. They
Oh,
deserve that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They still crushed it.
Yeah. It's not like, you know, like how all the hacky bands that are beginner like hardcore. You know, it's like terrible. Ugh.
Infest.
but it's like-
Infest just played somewhere, like
Oh, yeah.
really
they
recently.
still do.
They played the
still-
church
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Larry went because that's why he couldn't come hang out with us, and I was like, all right, whatever. Fine.
Right. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, fair enough.
Those got for
Actually.
New Balances, but yeah, it was yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, dude.
But Spaz is one of those bands that hasn't really done the let's get back together for this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, just don't, guys. Just let
feel-
me
I
maybe
feel
they
let me
won't.
hold those memories that I saw when I saw you guys in like 2000. It's like just I don't ruin it.
I feel like the internet's just now catching on to them. And I'm like, where were you 20 years ago?
I love that live video in particular because it was probably shot with one of those over the shoulder fucking cameras like we talked about, but it was the audio was cut from the radio
Yeah.
station, so it sounds great.
A lot of those old radio show sets are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
sound good.
Have you heard of? There's a guy.
That's
who-
because the sound engineers are fucking nerds.
There's
and they
a
care.
guy that worked for the BBC for decades, a long time, named John Peel.
John Peel.
Yeah, there was I remember there was
You see
like
his
a
documentary?
folder.
Yeah,
There was a link that had a folder of like all the
Yes.
Peel sessions.
I downloaded
There's so
every.
many.
and it was in
single
alphabetical
one.
order, so
Yeah.
you could go wherever you wanted and find your favorite artist and listen to their
Their Peel session.
Yeah.
their Peel
Remember how we
session.
talked about how nobody covered more different types of music than John Peel?
Yeah, and he picked all those Peel sessions. He picked each one of those people himself, and he would pick like weird like jazz musicians, and then have like
Napalm
like
Death.
extreme
Yeah.
noise terror come
Right.
through, and then the next way is just like some guy doing throat singing or like a reggae band. You're like, this dude's record collection is probably so fucking sick.
Yeah, dude.
You just probably like flip through like what, like why is that back to that? That's fucking nuts.
Is Leg 9 really John Peel?
Maybe,
Speaking of
He's
conspiracy,
Josh Peel.
but dude, and like even like how old those recordings are for some of the Peel sessions, they all sound so fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Oh, I fucking love it. So there was a college in Boston that was having a lot of hardcore bands.
WRS.
Was that what?
Yeah,
It was?
WERS did like all the Boston hardcore bands.
Yeah.
Total Rival Mob.
Some of
Title
the
Fight.
I think Blacklisted did one, and like those sets are so good. I'm like, everything sounds amazing. It fucking rules, and some of them are like better than the actual records of some of these bands. But yeah, somebody needs to start doing that shit again. I guess they have that stupid tiny desk horse shit, but
It's always awkward every
I
time.
feel like WKDU was doing it.
They were doing it for a
while.
while. Yeah, I think it just depends because like when
It depends on who's working at the station.
yeah, because it's always a revolving door there. Like people
Yeah.
stay for like a year or two.
And it always seemed like it wouldn't be like an optimal thing to play because like the band itself is in one room, but then they still put the singer in like a vocal booth,
Yeah.
so he's like
isolate it.
separate. So it's like that's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
the end result sounds great. So what are you gonna do?
I listened to that Spaz thing,
The set?
and the entire time, I think it's the bassist. He sounds just like you when he talks.
He
So
does.
the
He does.
entire time, I was just like, it sounds just like him.
He has that nice smoky voice.
I didn't even
Sultry.
consider that.
Yeah.
So
You need to start dressing like a substitute teacher. Start playing bass.
I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
you were for a while.
I was
Probably
working-
when you were at the bank. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I do love also Spaz that they don't look like they should look.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all.
They're
Other than the drummer,
Characters out.
they were all like normie looking dudes. It's funny as shit.
I actually have a distinct memory of one time when we played Ortlieb's. I think it was our lathe cut release show. When I came straight from work and I had my button-up shirt, my navy button-up shirt on with like the micro dots, and I had it buttoned up, and I sat at the table with our lathes the entire night, and not one person bought a single item.
that sounds
Nice.
about right.
And I was like, oh, all right.
Ah.
I was all buttoned up for no goddamn reason.
the only time I saw Spaz, it was 2000, and when they came through, the singer guitar player, the guy who does the burp, 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 was wearing like the most gaudy thin Dago gold chain I'd ever seen in my entire life. I was like, Jesus Christ, these guys are fucking stupid looking, but they.
And then they play their set. and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god!
shit.
Watching that drummer live was fucking nuts.
Where'd you see him?
It's Philadelphia. I don't remember the name of the fucking venue. It was kind of set up like the church, but it wasn't the church. But he,
You ever go to other shows there?
no, it was one of those one and dones. I want to say maybe Red Cheeks was doing it, or one of his friends was doing it. No, it wasn't the Alcove. I'll
Alcove
Doesn't
was around
matter.
for a while.
But he was just beating the fuck out of those drums. It was pretty impressive to watch, actually. And it's funny because he was beating the shit out of him while looking bored. Like he's looking bored while just fucking hammering those things. Like Jesus Christ.
It's all just second nature to
Yeah, it's just
Right.
like, yeah, we're just gonna do it again tomorrow too. Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Great, it's Brooklyn.
yeah.
No, I think I'll volley over to music too, because you gave me a special and an album. But the album you gave me is the album called Results by the band Murder Construct. This is not a re-listen for me. Good call, Dennis. You were right. You didn't give it to me before.
Okay.
By song 5, Compelled by Mediocrity, I was compelled to write this review by its mediocrity. It smells of Mojo 13 death metal bands to me. No idea who these guys are, never seen them before, but I have seen them before. You know what I mean? Courtesy of Chucky Bulldog and Mojo. It sounds like a band full of musically competent people writing as many maniacal parts as possible and putting them into fast songs.
Maniacal.
Right.
Okay.
While it
Does
does
starting a bad review, then just in something somewhat nice.
While it does not bore me, it also kind of does. I'm also glad they didn't write 5 to 7 minute long epics though. And I just said, and it's just not my bag. I gave it a 2.
Hey, fair enough. What you could do.
But I feel like I could have seen that band any weekend at Mojo, and they would fit right in.
All right.
I'm kind of surprised it's not your bag. Because I feel like if I heard that in 2006, I would have been all about it.
Yeah, it just didn't grab me for some reason.
I hope not. It's just music. It shouldn't have hands.
But I want to. Oh, that. But the Mojo thing. The
Sorry.
it was good. That.
That was just so stupid.
I know, right?
But before I continue with the homework, I want to read something that I forgot to bring up much earlier. Speaking of Mojo, on March 1st, John the sound guy from Mojo 13 had a heart attack
Yeah.
and 3 strokes.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
Bad way.
And now he's in stable condition and he's progressing well. But there's a GoFundMe set up for John the sound guy.
Yeah.
The goal is $13,000 and they're at $11K and some change. So they're really close to hitting the goal. And bands willing to donate their time, email your available Sundays to Bar XIII fundraiser, which is Bar 13 fundraiser
You're gonna post that link.
at gmail.com. It'll be in the description so you can actually click it, not just see it, you know. And it looks like they want to book some kind of fundraising event for June or May or sometime in June. So when this episode comes out, it'll be apropos. But we've talked about that sound guy
Yeah.
a dozen times, 24 times.
You might play to 5 people, but you will sound amazing.
Yeah.
That guy, he doesn't give a fuck if no one's at the show. He's going to make it sound like $1 million.
And sometimes he can be a little surly.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's worth it.
But the result, like, you can't fuck with the
Surly
results.
sound guy? No.
I know. Color me shocked.
They're either surly or they just are completely
Just checked out.
disassociated with
Yep.
anything that's happening. Like show it, monitors are like, what? Like, leave me alone.
My
Like,
favorite is shut up. You're just like, oh.
I think it was the fire in Philadelphia. Cancer Priest was playing there, and like the sound guy was cool, but he's like this weird hippie dude with a handlebar mustache and like the drug rug poncho on. And I was like, and Chris Striegel had booked it, and I was like, "Yo, Striegel, what's up with your fucking boy here? This dude's nuts." He's like, "You don't recognize him?" I was like, "No." He's like, "That's Doug from A Life Once Lost." He was a dude
What?
we had played with, like when I was
God.
my older bands had played with him a million times. I was like, "What the fuck happened to him?" He seriously looked like a retired undercover cop. He had like a ponytail, like a big bushy porno mustache,
And a dashiki.
and like a fucking
Damn,
like
dude.
the burlap drug rug
Yeah.
poncho,
That's not a dashiki.
It's
and
not,
like-
never mind.
and just like I was like, he's like, "All right, like, where do you want the drums sound good in there?" And you're like, "Yeah, it sound good," and he would just be like. Just fucking just like so mahaloed out, dude. Just fucking, and I was like, dude, what the fuck happened to you?
I only played the fire once or twice. I think twice, but I don't remember who did
It's a
sound.
mixed bag every time you go in there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like A Life Once Lost got real like druggy towards the end.
Oh yeah,
They got
Absolutely.
very druggy.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they found out about my sugar and drugs in like the same week, and it's like, yeah, let's see where this takes us. Oh, you can't fucking fuck with results. They got there.
Well, I'm gonna round it out with my comedy homework. You gave me Rosebud Baker's Netflix special, The Motherlode. Now, on podcasts during her promotion, her like press cycle, if you will, for a girl with such a miserable, grumpy bitch all the time, or who is such a miserable, grumpy, fucking bitchy lady all the time, I still really do like her. This is a quote. I'd had enough abortions that God said this one's on the house. Talking about her and she said they need to start making miscarriage cards. Like you open it up and it just goes psych.
Oh my god.
Fucking great dark joke.
Yeah,
And plants. And like giving people plants, like, why don't you practice on this? And then the crowd goes, oh, and she goes, everybody always gets sad at that part. Why wouldn't you breastfeed? Well, it's none of your business, but if you have to know, it's because we're raising her autistic. Formula raised, baby. Being raised by Republicans makes you a piece of shit from within. It gets in your bones like Lyme disease. And the husband when she joked about her husband mid blowjob going, "What's your goal here?" Crushed me. I thought the first half was much better, 7.5 out of 10,
Yeah.
and the second half was just like but the joke, just put the sheet up and then show me the world's bloodiest puppet show, was like, wow, dude. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was
good.
fucking great. She's
Those-
she's a head writer of Weekend Update still.
She's one of the writers of Weekend Update on SNL, and her grandfather is James Baker, who was defense secretary under HW.
Yeah, darkness.
Yeah, so real Republicans, like Barry Bodies Republicans.
Yeah.
She calls them
Yeah.
Texas Republicans.
Yeah, it's just funny as shit that she's telling those jokes, and that's like who her family is.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
Do you keep up with her husband's podcast, Beautiful Boys?
Yes, I do.
Man, he is always he always talks about her being such a fucking like such a grump, but
Yeah.
you can tell he's still afraid to talk shit about
Yeah.
her. It's so funny. Now, what do we got this week
Do you want to ask
For-
our guests if
for homework?
are they first?
Yeah, sure. Now, what have you guys been listening to lately? Now, it doesn't have to be.
Go with you first.
Now, don't do your friends, but just it doesn't matter what genre it is or when it's from or what
Yeah.
it is. If you laughed at anything, are you listening to anything that we should be put on to?
From a comedy standpoint,
Sure.
I feel like I've just been listening to a lot of like Stavros stuff recently.
Okay.
I know you probably already know who that is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
But I feel like I've been getting into him more recently. He's pretty funny.
like his podcast or older stuff. or
Yeah,
what?
I think his podcast is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stavi's World. His stand-up's good too, but I just feel like the ridiculousness of answering calls of like problems and stuff that people have is just always like an endless gold mine of bullshit.
I like-
stuff to riff off of.
I think
When-
I agree with
I
you
like
too.
when he has really weird like questions, and he's just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
yeah,
that's when it gets really good.
yeah,
his return to form with the Cumtown reunion a few
Oh
weeks
my
ago
gosh.
was just
yeah.
That made my month when that happened.
Yeah. The entire time, what was it, Nick and Adam just like fighting over the vape, like in the video.
I didn't
just,
watch
like
it.
passing it back and
I
forth.
didn't watch it, but that's
Yo,
hilarious.
That was
It's-
my
You have to watch it.
yeah. That's my
Guys, this is so us.
that was my highlight of COVID was because that's when Cumtown started.
Yeah.
It
was
started
like-
in 17.
I was like, "This is fantastic."
Talk about Jeff Goldblum, dude. That bit.
It's in my ass. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, well, you've been listening to music lately?
I'm bad at recalling right away. I feel like
Me too,
Too
so
many,
I feel
too
you.
many
Come-
head injuries.
we can come back to you.
Yeah.
Evan, what do you got for us, bud?
As far as comedy, not much. I've been watching a lot of ER lately.
Okay.
You are fucking
Nice.
ripped.
Yeah. That was one of those things where I watched it as a kid.
Huh.
I was
I had a TV in my room.
I was unemployed for like I think 6 months, and during the day, I forget what channel it was, but it would be 2 episodes of ER, and then 2 episodes of NYPD Blue. Every day, I'd make sure I would get up by like 10 o'clock so I could watch both. So good. I love ER.
But it's kind of funny.
It is great. It has its moments.
Yeah. With music, I would recommend checking out Spell. It's just Boyd Rice and what's her face from Strawberry Switchblade,
Okay.
and they just cover like 60s country songs.
Huh. Is
Got
there
it.
a release?
Yeah, the album's called Seasons in the Sun. And yeah, they cover like Lee Hazelwood and a bunch of stuff like that, but they do it in like their own weird way.
Interesting.
Nice.
And then going back to Spaz, I would recommend listeners just check out Manbeast from Lehigh Valley.
Oh, fuck yeah. We played with them a couple times.
We played their last show.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
got
and
legendary fight.
yeah. Oh man, that's when I learned that these boys are scrappers. And I was like,
happened?
hell yeah, I'm in the right place.
Well,
Yeah,
Dish.
someone kept moshing into me, so I just punched him in the face, and then me and Mikey beat him up.
Tiny Mikey?
Someone in the crowd goes, "What's going on?" And someone's like, Drowse boys are beating up this guy. Tell that guy to get out of here.
Tell the guy to get out of here.
I used to
Which
love that
rules.
shit.
Was that the Burners?
Yeah,
I think that was my first show with the band.
That's
I think it
amazing.
was too.
That was a fucking awesome show too.
That was my favorite shit when you would get in a fight with somebody, and it was like seriously, they didn't really do all that much wrong, but then like all your friends would kick that person out.
Yeah,
That's like
rules.
insult to injury. It's like Jesus Christ.
The worst part about that too was Mikey forgot his head at the venue,
Oh,
and the dude who had to let me and him back in the venue to get it was the guy he beat up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck, dude. Oh man, I wouldn't even make eye contact.
Yeah, you're just like,
Oh,
I think we pulled up and he was like, "Can you do it?" And I'm like,
Mikey
"This is
just-
your mess."
Crouched
made
down
your
in the
bed
car.
fucking lying it, dude.
that is such a Mikey thing too. That's so funny.
I was like, oh, you're all big in bed when he marched into, but you can't ask him to open the venue for you, tough guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you're built like a fucking 5'7" gorilla, and suddenly you're scared.
Does Manbeast have releases?
Yeah,
But
I
you
mean,
know-
probably just on Bandcamp.
Do you know any of the titles off the top of your head?
Nope.
I surely don't.
All right,
A demo 2 maybe.
there you go.
We'll look it up.
Mike, you got anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all right over there? I'm good. All right.
Yeah, I got just one record for you.
All right.
Kind of spoiled it for you in the car. You were listening to like a little snippet of it
That's
on the
true.
drive over. It's a new release on Profound Lore. Band's called Ancient Death.
Okay.
The album's
Called Ego Dissolution.
Is that double S's or double
Yes.
L's? Oh.
Just do the talk to text.
I keep doing that, and then they're like all the conversation I have after this also does that too. I'm fucking old and can't handle technology. Tom, what you got?
Okay. I think I want to do 2 records.
All right.
Remember how we were talking about albums with censored imagery on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This band is called Last Days of Humanity. And the album is Hymns of
Sounds like you know him.
Oh boy, do I!
Yeah.
Everything they've ever done, like
Rules.
shirts, albums, no matter what. If you try to like buy it offline, it's always censored out.
Yeah. It's like
fucking
piss grade level.
ridiculous. Yes,
The record is called Hymns of Indigestible Suppuration.
I'm a fan.
It's like supper, but SUPPUR
Yeah.
Asian.
Yeah.
And the second record I'm gonna give you, I've gone back to like a bunch of times. It came out in February of 2020.
Okay.
I don't usually tell you to do this, but you might want to take an edible before and just fucking vibe, dude.
Twist my arm.
And just fucking vibe out
Yeah.
to it. The band is Tame Impala, and the record is The Slow Rush.
I've heard the name. I don't know shit about them.
Take an edible and just sit with it and really enjoy
I'm
it.
sorry. What's the album called?
The Slow Rush.
Gotta make sure I still have some. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, I do. I got because we are recording another episode with less than a week from now. Just to there's a YouTube thing just for other people. Don't Tell Comedy, which is like pop-up comedy shows where the lineup is secret and you go in, you pay like your door charge, and you get like 10 comedians and whatever.
The
And then they-
lineup is unknown.
Yes, and then they record all the sets, and a lot of them make it to YouTube. So go to YouTube and go to Don't Tell Comedy, and all of them are like 9, 10.
Unless
I think the biggest ones are like 20 minutes. So it's like seriously one dump, and you can get a whole fucking video in. 2 new Don't Tell Comedy specials. One is by a guy I know both of us like, Deric Poston.
is on my fucking list. That's so funny.
And the other is a lady named Ruby Setnik. Setnik. These are all like within the last week these came out.
Wasn't Deric on a podcast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bunch
he
of
does
times.
one called Solid Show with Isan Ahmad.
Great show.
Yeah.
I think he also worked on one, like maybe Ryan Sickler or something.
He's been the feature for Andrew Schultz for years. Like his feature, like his opening act.
He's really funny.
He's very funny. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got this week.
Did you ever find what you've been listening to, Bren?
Yeah. I was looking and Spellrunner
Ooh,
from New York.
played with them too.
Yeah. They have an album called Always on the Cool. That's really good.
That's a cool ass
Always
title.
on the cool.
Yeah. It's a cool blend of like, I don't know, spooky hardcore punk mixed with like surf rock shit. It's cool.
They played that. They also played that show at our old practice space.
Yeah.
That room that was in the corner.
With the Beware.
Yeah. The restraining order show. That's what
Yeah.
it was. That was a cool little show.
Beware of Bob.
That's all I got this week.
All right. Like I said, thank you, Bren and Evan, for coming down and hanging out with us.
Yes. Thank you.
Patreon.com/IRRANDILL. We will see everybody again next week. Thank you very much. Tommy at the intro music.